Hello, hello. I have not posted to my thing that I'm streaming yet, so I'm gonna post to my Instagram story that I'm streaming. I'm streaming. Come join me. And then I will put a little smiley face, even though I know that basically nobody actually does come join me. Once again, there are people in my house, and also, my step-parent is, I think, still having a meeting. It's been a while now, so you know what? I'm just streaming. Hi, Shadow. Hello. You are indeed first. There's a fly in my room, and I post to Instagram before streaming because typing with my phone is hard. But I don't care. I'm finding a GIF. Twitch. What are we gonna do today? What are we gonna do? Hi, Lars. I'm doing fairly well. Yeah, I'm doing fairly well. Let's see. What can I say? I did responsible adulty things this morning, and they took less time than I was concerned that they would. I did some shopping. I bought a thing. I'm very excited about the thing that I purchased. Where is this going? I'm just gonna put like 36 steak in here. What is this? Oh, for the hospital. That makes sense. Hi, Gino. You're in fact third. Hello, Atomical. Okay. I did a little bit since the end of last stream. I kept going for just a little bit longer. This fly is really annoying, but I'm gonna have to live with it. Also, right after the end of last stream, I remembered that I have freaking chests up there. I was getting annoyed about inventory management, but I have chests upstairs because it's where my new chest room is going to be. So we might do a little bit of interior in there. We might work out a bit of a storage system or something up there. I'm not entirely sure. I want things to be actually functional practical. I want them to be aesthetically practical, like, you know, make it look all steampunky. Isn't this looking cool? The fly's really annoying though. Also, I have an idea for one of these buildings. It's probably more practical as this one and not that one. But this one is maybe a little too far over. Maybe the wrong size. This fly is driving me mad. Rika. Okay. You're in school. Good. Focus on school, Gino. Hello, Hayden. Hi. Oh my goodness, all of the things. I will do a hydrate and then as I am like stretching and checking my posture, we will do a bit of a recap. And hello, Nightmare. How are you? Okay, recap. Hi. This is my steampunk area on the 1.18 SMP that I have with some friends. I think Apple is actually loading up his stream. I think he's going to start streaming soon. So this is my little steampunk area. We're working on a few things, such as a hospital over there, because Gino, who is currently in class, made me pull tarot cards that said we should build a hospital. But I want to work on small stuff, not big stuff right now. So down here we have the farming area. Up here we have a little dock that's like a pier that's extending off into nothingness. And there's going to be like an airship yard here. Or that's the airship dock. So we're making like a kind of shipyard up on this cliff because I fell in love with the terrain. I did this a little while ago, but yesterday we worked on these things, so I've been like kind of planning out where some boats are gonna go, trying to make them look semi-practical. they don't look practical, but you know, that's okay. They don't really need to be practical. And this roof on we said that this building was going to be wonky, and it is wonky and it's really weird. And so I put a roof on it, and the roof is wonky and weird, but it kind of looks cool. That's the update there. That's what we're doing. So yeah, this is what we're going to be working on. We're going to be doing more buildings and some actual like interiors to these places, fixing up this so that they are actually functionally practical, you know, like I have chests in them, but also aesthetically practical, so it looks like the gears are doing things, and we steampunk it up and make it look like it fits into that genre, and so that there's like ways to theoretically get things between places. That's what we're doing. Hi, people. Hello, gotcha. You're getting annoyed by people on a Discord server. I'm trying to get items from Minecraft server. If the people are being annoying, is muting them an option. Hi, Erica. Your builds look really good. Thank you, Erica. I'm glad that you think so. I want to move this over. It feels impractical to do so, but I kind of want to. And in theory, this is going to be, like, this is where my little chute comes up. So in theory, there should be a building here that is whatever the landing is, kind of like an elevator. But I want to seriously overthink everything. Freya, thank you for the... Ooh, ooh, ooh. Question, are you allowed to put build screenshots in the Discord? Absolutely. Some people post them to images. Since it's Minecraft, technically you can also use the MCYT channel, though that is usually more for like things on YouTube and Twitch. So yes, you can absolutely post them in images or in gallery if they're like complete things that you're proud of, because gallery is for works of art that you have made. So yes, you are absolutely allowed to post them in Discord, and there are a couple of different viable options as to where. Hello, Perry. Wanted to come and say hi. You're watching FNAF Sister Location playthrough. Cool. I hope you enjoy the playthrough. Not an option because text chat is down. Dang. You can't even like say stop sending me notifications for this. That sucks. Okay. So right. So it's time for me to way overthink things. One, I have practically decided that this needs to be moved over. It's just like where it is doesn't make sense. That got moved up once, so this is fine. Yeah, and then more of a walkway through there makes more area for the deliveries from here to come through, which is good because it's gonna need something. Okay, that's good. You tried, they didn't stop. Oh, you just got here, but hey, it's pretty cool. I'm glad you think it's cool. Hello, welcome. I'm really hoping that me doing this doesn't, you know, take up too much internet because one of my family members is in a meeting right now. Is Apple streaming? I don't know if Apple's streaming right now. Thank you for the follow, Elliot. Okay, so I am moving this over. And I'm making it 3 wide, and then there's going to be a walkway here, and then I want to make it go out a bit, I think. That could be interesting. I mean, I have the space to make it go out and up, and I don't have any come on, use the full extent of your thoughts. There we go. Those. I wanted to call it conical, and then I wasn't sure about that. I should get rid of this. Okay. So yes, hi, welcome to me overthinking things. This bit is a little bit of like, how do I make it pretty? I want there to be a walkway there, but I'm really not sure how to do that. Shadow, do you have any ideas, or do you just have a grass block? I don't know if you referred to the grass block as dirt. I mean, I wouldn't, because it's grass. But who am I to judge? Keep dying from skeletons because hard mode harder than your avian, which is pretty decent for dodging arrows. Yeah, you still die. I'm sorry to hear that the skeletons are relentlessly and ruthlessly attacking you. I hope that eases up. Can avians use shields? I'm not sure about that. Okay. Yeah, I pretty much decided earlier this morning that this needed to be a thing. Oh yes, we're moving that one over. Just moving all of the basalt pillars over. Haha. And then there's less here, but it's fine because I still don't entirely know what that's gonna be. I mean, I know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be the way up, but I don't know how it's gonna be the way up. Okay. And then I might do bone. Very tempted to do bone. The idea is that it was 3x3 and now it's going out a little bit. Yeah, they can use shields. Okay, I tend to find that shields help me with not dying to skeleton. I might just do 3 up if it's 5. That'll be pretty short, but still decent. And then, depending on the roof, some of it might look taller. And we will, of course, remove the cobble. So hopefully this bit will look cool. I really don't need to be using satin for this. There's so much like maintenance stuff that I really need to do on this server. You know, getting new blocks, mending my tools a little bit, actually getting some new tools. There are tools that I still want. I don't have my other hoe, like I don't have a fortune hoe. Not that I'm really using things that would require me to have a fortune hoe, but I'm used to having one. And I don't have, like I want 2 other, this, no, not this song. I'm used to having, or I'm not used to having, I would like 2 other pickaxes strictly for use with amethyst. No, not you. I think I was considering some basalt. I think I'll actually reconsider that with some wood or something. Getting resources for better armor and a shield. That sounds like a great idea. I hope it helps with your battle against skeletons and such. There's broke from a group. Ah, I see. Okay. So, quartz to make it go up. Oh, apples left. And rejoining. Do I want it to be blue? There's a lot of blue. Perhaps orange. There's also a lot of orange. Blue, orange, and like spruce and dark oak are the only real trapdoor accents I have. This looks a little weird. Perhaps it should be shorter. But if it is shorter, then does this even make sense? Okay, we'll go back to overthinking this at a little bit of a later point. No, it looks too short. It definitively looks too short. If I do that, then it will be square at the top, which for some reason looks better. Natural regen is off. Oh, oof. Very white. It really is very white. We will come back to this and figure out what to do with it. This little building... I need to figure out a practical use for this. Okay, so like this is the main storage facility. This is going to be my storage, and I may well have more storage and stuff in here. But I want this to be basically a storeroom. I want a single... Do I want carved? I kind of want carved, but I don't know. I'm just gonna... Single stone brick for now, because that should not be undone. There should not be just a gap here. Hello. Okay, so I got a storeroom in here. And then, like, I want this to be a place that gets power. I want this to be, like, a power facility. Would it make sense to have this be a place where the airships can recharge? Like an airship gas station. I kind of like that for this side. Oh, so I need an entrance? Okay, airship gas station, and then in here I want more gears and stuff, and boilers? If it's steampunk, we have a lot of gears, but we don't have like a boiler room, and we should have a boiler room that takes water from this area, brings it up, and well, boils it. We've gotten a 7 copper, like 4.5 stacks of cobble, and a stack of granite. I mean, that's some stuff. Sometimes it takes you a while to collect things, but I believe in you. This definitely needs some color added to it. And that one, the blue there and the blue there, I do think the blue would complement it, but I'm not so sure if I like that. There's dark oak here though, so maybe I do want it to be dark oak. Let's go with dark oak for now. Like, yes, I am absolutely overthinking everything, but to be fair, that is how I advertised this. So, like, can I just... Whee! Oh, that worked. I didn't think that would work. Oh, okay. There. And then there. Come on. There. And then there's just like a little walkway in here. Does that look good? Sorta. It sorta looks good. It's something. How does Whip do it? Hello, Milton. How are you? I don't have any reference pictures from Whip. Even though that is absolutely the style I'm being inspired by for this particular building. Like, there's a few times where I've seen Whip do, like, a tavern or something. Tavern and an inn that has this walkway over the top. Okay, so this place is going to be a boiler room. Mr. Dogeface, thank you for the follow. You love the music. Thank you. This is not the playlist I usually listen to, but it is a pretty good playlist. You can send a picture to the Discord. Of the mine, you've done if you want. If you would like to send it, you can, but you do not have to. How am I? Thank you for asking, Happy Phone. I'm doing fairly well, thank you. Yeah. I'm doing fairly well. I had responsibilities today, dreaded responsibilities, but it actually went fairly okay. Like, I expected it to be a lot worse than it was, and it was fairly okay, and that was quite nice. I want to turn that inwards and see if it looks less funky. I think it looks more funky from that angle. Yep, no, it looks more funky. We're not doing it. There's a fly on my face. Why is there a fly on my face? Why would it do that to me? Okay. Just give me the copper. Wasn't many words. Binary code is weird. I'm gonna go cut some words back to the site. Good luck. Binary is weird, but it would probably be considered spam / unmessage not in English, so probably would not be supported in this chat unless it comes with a direct translation. Okay. Other thing we're overthinking is gonna be the thing here. Okay. One, I need torches over here. Let's place some torches. Okay, I have ideas. Wait, I have ideas for this area. That's so exciting. Okay, so it gets pulled up here by, like, lever systems. It goes pulley up to there, and then pulley up to here, and then it's gonna go in a wheel that has, like, little pouches or barrels or something to go over here. Composters are going to be the best way to represent that. To go over and bring it up here, and then probably a rail or something to bring it over here. Like, some of it might just go directly in there, but then over here, where would it go from here? You know what? I don't know, but that's fine. I love that you guys probably don't entirely know what I'm talking about. Like, I genuinely do not think that I've described it particularly well, but nevertheless, I am excited. It's interesting doing fictional engineering. Like, I'm not an engineer. This style feels like the sort of thing that an engineer should build, because I want it to look very mechanical. But I don't know how to do that. I also really need to figure out what this building is doing, because it's, like, obviously it's got a gear coming out of it, but what is it doing? What is it controlling? How far is it from the clock tower? No, the clock tower controls itself. So what is this building doing? If anyone has any ideas for this building, and even possibly this building, please tell me. I feel like this building is a bit like an embassy? You know? Like this building, excuse me, words, were you present? This is where you, like, check in, figure out, planning and stuff, especially since it's an airship dock, so it feels like there should be a place for passengers and for cargo to check in and stuff. Maybe this is the one you actually enter, and this one isn't, because we all know there's not a very convenient entrance there. And this... maybe it's an information center. Information center, and then the, like, adjoining, more businessy place? That kind of makes sense. Maybe a convenience store thing. Oh, that's a really good idea. A convenience store. It probably honestly needs to be like a cafe or something up here. Like, what things should I put in a shipyard? Is that the sort of thing I can Google? Well, like, buildings in a shipyard. Wait, I can think of the shipyards that I've been to. Buildings in a shipyard. Yeah, there's, like, warehouses for the storage of stuff. Repairs. Like a mechanic or something. And then, ooh, shipyard layout. The mechanics for repairs to the ships. Probably a cafe or something for the workers there or people coming in. This would be a good cafe. And then, yeah, I guess, like, this does feel like a more industrial, sort of office building-y area. But also, I could completely change this, like, it has not been fully decided yet. Why is it so hard to find a screenshot? I feel that. Much sympathy. Okay. It's like mechanics. If this is a mechanics, it should probably have like a tether on the side. Two... and then walls? Like 2 fences and then walls. I think would be the best way to make a tether. This is exciting. You totally haven't been playing for 4 hours, don't check. I've definitely played Minecraft for 4 hours before. You're doing fine. Okay. I am absolutely getting distracted, but I figured out some of what I want this area to be, and that is very exciting. So this is like maintenance, storage, cafe, police system. This kind of feels like a dock master. And then that's like records. Cafe records. Dock master and what, like lookout, and I kind of want to make this somehow lighthouse. This makes sense. All of those make sense to be in a shipyard. Okay. One, two, three, four. Okay. That's 3. And then I kind of want it to go over. So it'd make sense to be about this size. So if you're not active, you're working on your build, that's completely okay. You do not need to be active. I appreciate your presence. And also, Jill, hello, how are you? Okay. So like that. I kind of want it to be further over, frankly. And also probably lower down. Okay, let's figure out where the top should be and where these rails should go. This is the approximate area of whatever the rails are. To bring them over here, what would they do when they're here? I really don't know. I could not tell you. Please be careful not to fall. It's okay. I have very good protection and feather falling. Falling from here will only take a few hearts. I know because I've done it. So, I will be careful, but even if I mess up, it will be okay. Okay. 3. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be perfectly in line. I want it to be big, though. Okay. No, it's going further up. Maybe here? Probably not up like this, but I do really like that size. Oh, I really like that. And then, like, lifting the barrels off here, or things out of the barrels off here. And taking them here. Because the idea is that you load things in here, and then it brings it up over here, and then you can just easily, like, offload them onto the track over here, which takes them over here, and then I don't know what they do over here. But it's to get things up from there. And then I should probably have a track there as well. But we're not worrying about that now. That isn't something to worry about right now. We're gonna put a fake door there. Okay. So 3, 1, 3. Like, this is a decent size. I kind of want it to be thicker than just this. This should be the middle. Maybe adding acacia trapdoors on either side will make it look just that little bit thicker, because that'd equate to an extra half block. Max loves MCYT. Hello. You're OP right now, so never mind. Thank you. It's entirely Apple's fault that I'm OP. I've not mined for netherite. Apple just handed me stuff. Also, most of these... Okay, not actually most of these tools come from Apple. Most of the diamonds might, though. I did find some of my own diamonds. Hello, Kennedy. How are you? And also, I do not have wings right now. I don't think anyone's been to the end. We were asked to keep it closed. Anyways, I'm gonna shout out Apple. I think Apple might be streaming right now, but Apple is like the whole reason that I am, that I'm decked out. I have an app. Is the app from Apple's server? It is. So yes, Apple is live right now. Please do go check out Apple. We love Apple. Thank you for the posture check. My posture has been checked. Hello, Jenny. How are you? Partly for you? Yes, good. What am I working on right now? Thank you for asking. We are working on a shipyard. Well, an airship yard. Is that... There are men. I'm so tempted to actually make these guys the residents. You know, like break their crossbows, make them live here instead of villagers. Really very tempted to do that, especially since they keep showing up. But, yeah, I'm working on this airship yard for, like, a steampunk themed area because I fell in love with this terrain and it felt like something really steampunky. So there's going to be this, like, floating dock, which is held up by these cables and also by a powered turbine thing. I'm trying to make all of the buildings on it make sense. So we've got like a storage room, and this is going to be both like a power generator and a kind of mechanics area, a cafe for the workers, and some stuff like that. And then back over here, I have to make this a little more manageable now that I kind of know where it's going. But over here, I'm currently trying to work on a way to get things up from ground level up here via a system of pulleys. So it's gonna like be lifted up via pulleys and stuff over here, and then lifted up here. And it honestly might not be from this unless I extend that along. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure yet. But yeah, and then I want you to be able to theoretically just like grab a barrel that's been lifted up from the floor, put it in this gear, which really should like I guess as it goes around it would come there, but really it feels like it should only partly, it shouldn't be up. It should be partway in the ground, and then that will be here and get lifted up and brought here, and then you can just lift them over here onto like a track that brings them elsewhere. So I'm trying to make it look fictionally functional, even though it won't actually do anything, which is a lot of fun. And then also trying to stick to like a consistent sort of build style and color palette, and again, yeah, try and make things look like they're steampunk and look like they're functional even when they're not. it's a really interesting challenge. Beautiful project, thank you. Come to the sudden realization that you don't know how to draw gears. Yeah, good luck. Gears are a little hard to draw. Kennedy, thank you for the follow, and the hydrate. Let me hydrate. I'm so happy you think it's a beautiful project, Jill. Okay. So I came to the conclusion that I actually would like this to be lower down, which kind of indicates that I want it to be a 5. But then, like, if it's a 5, it should probably be 2 across and 2 across, because then that isn't really supported. That feels big for 5. Or I should bury it down one more. To be fair, this is... Is that the biggest gear we've seen? What's the biggest gear? Don't worry, I'm gonna... yeah, see, water. This is the biggest gear I have so far, which is 313. And that does look like about the size I want for that thing, so 313 is the right measurement. I think. But then I kind of want to put, like, barrels or composters or something in it, and that's going to make it look a little weird. But we're going to do our best. Have an amazing stream. Thank you, Erica. Enjoy whatever it is that you're doing. I hope you have a great day. Thank you for hanging by. Hanging out. You know what I mean. Okay. So the next question is, do I make the railway system functional or aesthetic? I guess I experiment. Excuse me, did you do this? Are these broken crops from you? I think they are. That's very rude. Have you waxed your copper or let them age? Some of them are waxed. Like this stuff is all waxed, that's all waxed. All of the copper up that is all waxed, but the copper on that roof isn't yet, because I don't know if it's going to be orange or if it's going to be the green. All of the copper down here is waxed, but thank you for reminding me about waxing them, because I should really shear my bees. I should drop things off in here first, though. I don't need that. Cool. Just gonna compost them in the silo. Oh my goodness gracious. This is why we need storage. That's why I'm building a storage area up there. Share my bees. Let's go do that. Thank you for the lurk, gotcha. After 5 hours of Minecraft, you've decided to sleep. Yes, sleep well. Wee. Since there's beehives that aren't being populated, I might breed my bees up a little bit. I'm getting like 25 thing per thing. Such a good measurement thing per thing. Why am I overheating? Has somebody turned my air conditioning off? Or is the AC in the whole house off? I don't know, but either way, it's a little frustrating. So yeah, what do you guys think of my we're sleeping, but what do you guys think of the roof I built? I will show it to you in a minute. But the wonky building I did the other day. It has a roof. Ooh, wait, I need a spruce. Do that. Okay. Apple slept earlier, so it's my job now. I don't really need to grab the spruce. What I really needed was this. I'll grab this as well. And I am just checking that I don't have things in here before I lose my train of thought. But I need more smooth quartz than that. Okay. Jammerzella, did I say hello to you? I thought hello to you, but I don't know if I said it. Sometimes those two things happen differently. Excuse me? I just heard you break some crops. If you continue to break crops, maybe you didn't. If you continue to break crops, I will have to ask you to vacate the farm. Just be aware of that. Ramble about people's builds in the Discord. Oh, you're trying to get me to look at the Discord, but I would have to put downstream to do that, and then it would be boring for everyone who couldn't see the Discord. But previously, I have seen some people's builds in the Discord, and it's pretty cool. I love seeing the different styles and the different interiors, and there have even been some people that sent like organic builds. Like instead of buildings, someone sent a build of like a hand holding a flower, which especially since I've been drawing and I've been building hands in Minecraft and sending them to my subs channel. It's really cool. I really like seeing the different sorts of building styles. I think it's so unique, and that is not something that I had anticipated about being a streamer. I didn't think, oh yeah, and then I'll see people's Minecraft builds because they'll send them to me. But the fact that that is happening, very cool. Really enjoy that. People's builds in the Discord. Okay, I will take a quick look at some of the ones just sent in images. Oh, the Midna system recently sent a thing about like tiny interior because origins, and that super cool. Okay, just checking I haven't missed much. I got you to get me to open Discord. You did succeed in getting me to open Discord for just a second. And notice how I went still and quiet, and that is why I don't tend to do that. So I don't know if this should be full blocks. I feel like it probably should. I feel like this is already too far wonky up. But I guess I guess I'll keep the wonk. You guys decided that there should be wonk, and now we have to live with the fact that there is wonk. 16 is gonna be too much. You got a plush named Corn Dog. That is an incredible name for a plush. Thank you for sharing this with us. What? Where? How? And also why? Ah! This and then there, and you know, I thought there was gonna be too much, but then I got really, really confused by slabs. Confused by slabs. This is how floors work. When you build them wonky. Yeah, that's gotta be there. Okay. Wonky floors. That's gonna get so annoying when I try to decorate. I don't know my user. Thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing well. He's very round and tube-shaped. This is excellent news. It's excellent news indeed. I think we all need some lovely round and tube-shaped friends. It's up and then there, but then okay, I might make that one go down even though it logically really does not make sense. Maybe these go down one too. Just to round things out. There, and then that one goes down, and I can't believe we have the perfect amount of slabs. Cool, okay, this interior is weird. Maybe this one goes down as well, again, to round things out a bit. And this one is just down one for no discernible reason. We might put a barrel or something there. Spent 10 minutes getting ready for bed. Good night now. Good night. Sleep well. It's been lovely to see you. I'm just gonna put walls on this side. I don't know what I'm doing. I will inevitably need like windows or something, maybe. But for now, I'm just going to scaffold out. Ooh, that was not where I wanted things. Yeah, I thought that one would fall. Plasmic Pyromania. Hello, how are you? Okay, like this? Maybe 2 out. That's further out than I thought, but it does make sense. And then we already have this as a thing. I want like 5 walls. And hello, Jester. How are you? Wall. Because I want it to be... Are you kidding me? They don't connect up? Right, they don't connect. Do I need them to connect? I mean, ideally they would. They would ideally connect. But I didn't mean to put that on the side. I'm just not good at remembering the scaffolding controls. Here. And then here. And then maybe instead of these, we use, like, stairs, maybe. Does this will give us 4? Yeah, let's see how the stairs work. Because it'll connect to stairs. I just thought that this would be better, you know? Okay, up, down. And then down. What if it goes the other way? The other way looks like it would have more structural integrity. Actually, no, it doesn't look like it would have more structural integrity. It looks like it would have more... It would be more dynamic. I'm gonna have to jump off of the mountain to get these. They're gonna land on that tree. Don't worry, I have feather falling. Okay, that's not how I had planned for this to work. I should have remembered that fences and walls don't connect anymore, but it's okay. It's fine. Class done? Heck yeah, Gina. Welcome back from class. I have not worked on the hospital at all this weekend, Gina. I have simply been vibing and working up here, but the hospital will get done, I swear. I just want to do something a little bit small right now. I mean, the next step for the hospital is terraforming, and that's, like, not really what I want to do right now. So many things for me to do. Okay. I have put some things away. And then here... There. Nope. Please. Bruh. Okay. There. And then... There. Kind of feel like it should go one more out, just to get a better curve. And I'm gonna put it one more out to get a better curve. I might have to build a whole, like, catchment net here because I'm gonna keep dropping things off the side of a mountain. I'm gonna keep landing on the tree because that's where the things are. Where are my items? Show them to me. I should have 5 of this. I should have 4 of these. Or 3 of these. 3 of these. There's the other one. I found the item. And I think Apple wants me to sleep. 14 seconds. This is the house with the good internet, so sorry. Doing the best I can. I'm gonna sleep for Apple. Apple's doing stuff. Apple is also streaming. I'm gonna shout out Apple again. Apple of Erebus. I don't know if Apple's working on the islands, but Apple's been working super hard on the islands. These just massive floating islands in the sky, which you should definitely see if you have not already, even though Apple is working way too hard on them. I sound tired? I'm a little bit tired. I did a bunch of things today. I'm feeling a little fatigued, but like it's okay, you know? I'm good. I'm mostly, I think, just trying to stay a little bit quiet because I know that our house is super echoey right now, and that like 2 doors down from me, my step-parent was having a meeting, and I'm already feeling bad about like using the internet while someone's having a meeting without checking with them if it's okay, because, you know, they were in a meeting, so I couldn't check. I'm doing all right. Thank you for checking. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm okay. I'm having a good day. Just trying to take it easy a little bit. And I want this to be chill, not overly anything. Oh yeah, I didn't like specifically show you guys the roof. Ouch. I want 4 trapdoors because I have a plan. Let's go over here. I should also harvest up this entire thing and probably replant soon. I'm so excited to be back on this world. I really, really like this world, guys, but I can't really play it from my mum's because, for some reason, the internet at my mum's just does not want to connect to the server. I should ask about getting Ethernet at my mum's, but it's a rental, so, you know, I'm not entirely sure if we can do that, because it would be like there's no Ethernet port in the wall, so I'd have to move it. This is the roof that I want your opinion on, guys. This roof, how do you think it looks? Because the roof is attached to, very wonky. A lot of wonk in the building. But what do we think of the actual, like, roof? You love the Undertale song? Yeah. I'm liking this playlist more. I made this playlist ages ago. The lie keeps landing on my face and really annoying me. Dang it, I just slept so it wouldn't... It's raining, and I slept. Hello, fly, yes. What were my thoughts? Something about the roof, it being wonky. Roofs are weird enough as it is, but then, like, wonky roof. Do-do-do. And then we will... Deep slate goes 2 up. 2 up. Give that to me. No! No! Give me the wool. Go away, fly, go away. Maybe if the wonk was the other way, it's really up to you. Look, if the wonk wonked to the other way, I'd have to rebuild the roof. I just want to know if the roof looks good. Apple said that the roof looks good, but Apple's opinion is not the only one that matters. So if you guys also think that the roof looks good, I gotta admit, it's growing on me. I didn't like it yesterday, but I kind of like it now. But yeah, if you guys say that the wonk is good, then I will not even question it. If you don't like it, then I might question it a little, but I might also cry. That's a joke. I wouldn't cry. Wait. If this is also going in, it shouldn't go in. That one's also gonna go up. That one's also gonna go up. I've decided, because if it also goes in, then I can't do the trapdoor thing that I wanted to do. This is the trapdoor thing that I wanted to do. Give me the trapdoor. Nope, give me. I hope I don't worry people when I just fling myself off of the cliff. I know full well that I'll stay. Did it really? Like, I caught it from up there and then it fell further somehow. Hello, taco person. We all appreciate a little wonk. Look, we're all a little wonky. The infamous, I just, oh, that green audio lives in my head. Just add a bit of wonk. Sometimes you gotta add a bit of wonk to your life. This is some wonk. I'm actually really liking this. This is growing on me. I think I like the roof. Like, I think this is a bit extreme, but I like the roof. Yeah, because if so this, with the little, like, step up, that's what I wanted to do. But then if I put these going in, I wouldn't be able to do a step down as well. So they're both going up, which is probably a good thing. Some of this is gonna fall, and I might not get it back. There we go. Let's take away this. So theoretically, this should come down. But considering it would then not have a gap there, maybe this side is taller. Maybe it's fine. Maybe this side is taller. Maybe I make the whole thing a little taller. Let's make the whole thing a little bit taller. So instead of 3 here and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, it's 4 here and then like 3.5 because it is 3.5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's like 3.5 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So they should all be like that. Ah. Whee. And then I'll keep these down 1. Even if I have to bring that down 1. Because that makes it look more stable. Haha. You really suck at decorating, so pretty much all of this looks awesome to you. Thank you. Have you seen my farmhouse? Is this a time for me to show off my farmhouse? I mean, if we get a recap, I could definitely show off my farmhouse. But this, I'm super, super proud of this one. I'm so proud of it. And I need things. There's a fly trying to make friends with my eyeball. That is not where I like my flies to be. Please kindly go away. Show off. Thank you, Shadow. Ha ha ha. Excuses to show off the things I've made. Wait, I need to like look at that. Ah. You know, maybe that one should go in. We'll figure it out. Haha, recap. Ranger, I don't have an exclamation mark request. Please tell me more about exclamation mark request. And also, I will take ideas. I will steal ideas from people. Okay, so hi, welcome to my farmhouse. It's raining, and I don't like that it's raining, but I'm not gonna turn the rain off because I'm stubborn. See, my bitrate seems to be okay. So hi, we've got all the cows in here, and then coming out from the farmhouse, we have this sort of crane holding up some food for them. Like, if you've seen Kiki's Delivery Service by Studio Ghibli, in my mind, this is kind of like the train car full of cows that has, you know, hay hung up for them to graze at. And this build is partially worked into the mountain. It's got this silo kind of barrel here that, down here, it makes bone meal for whenever I may need bone meal or something. And this tower up here has a windmill coming in from the sea, which is over here. You can kind of see it back there. So a sea breeze coming in to power everything. I still don't really like this bridge, but we'll figure it out. And then in here, it's just really simple interior, but I like interiors. Yes, that was a cow head on the crane platform. Don't worry about it. You know, mob head drops. So we've got just some little rafters here. A shelf hanging up some things. We've got a bookshelf. We've got a rose. Don't be fooled by the fact it looks like a poppy. It's just that I don't have my texture pack here because I'm not at my normal house. This is a chest that contains absolutely nothing because I forgot to use it for storage. There isn't anything here yet. I should probably put some sea pickles or something. So the shelves aren't, packed, but it's cute. We've got a little shelf over here with some flowers, a little pile of storage over here because this is the workroom, a couple of books on crafting stuff, a smoker for if I ever need it, things for doing woodwork and such, a little fold-out table in case I need more. And up here we come into the tower, which has some, just some storage here, and then we come out into this little attic space over here. It's not quite an attic, but which has more storage, more workspaces, some furnaces, some shelves with stuff, and in the ceiling here is barrels. And also, up here doesn't really have any purpose just yet. But also in the ceiling over here is barrels and some more storage. I'll have to redo all the storage at some point because I have a whole heap of just empty barrels. Oh, that one's not empty. But I should remember that I have these because I keep feeling like I'm running low on deep slate. And then a whole bunch of really overly full things. But yeah, this is just my little thing. Yes, that was also a squid head. And some other things. What heads do I have in here? I have a squid head, a stray head, a wandering trader head, a spider head. I don't have any drowned heads or bat heads. That's rare. I usually have some. There might be some down at my chests down there. Oh, it is nighttime and I can definitely sleep. Let's do that and try and get rid of the rain. Stylist evaporated, but then you found it, crisis averted. NP, I caps locked. NP, rain, bad, I love you. Yeah, so that's this house, and I'm pretty proud of it. It is very simple. I tend to decorate more than this. Oh, I also do like the little detailing on the outside of it. I've made it just quite detailed, and I really like that. I also have my gears up here, which quite frankly don't do anything, but I would like to think that they can raise and lower this. Honestly, kind of want to lower the whole thing by one so that there can be 3 chains, or like a thing hanging from the chain. But it's fine, and we're not gonna question it. It's awesome. You personally always go for the live in a cave idea. That's a pretty good idea. My dad usually lives in a cave. In my single-player world at the other house, so unfortunately I can't show you the save right now. But I kind of went for the live in a cave idea too, except I built the cave. I built the cave. And I'm still working on texturing it. I should not be trusted to set my own projects, is the moral of the story here. Now, this thing. I was going to put Composters. A composter would work up here, but not over here. I think a barrel over there. I should look at my options. Hello, rat. How you doing? 8 acacia. Let's make a composter. Is there a singular? How do you get mob heads? Okay. So in purely vanilla Minecraft, the only mob heads you can get are creeper, skeleton, zombie, and wither skeleton, all of which you can get by exploding and killing a mob of that variety via a charged creeper, which is gotten when you strike a creeper with lightning. When a creeper is struck with lightning, it makes a charged creeper who has bigger explosions and stuff. And if that charged creeper kills a mob, or I guess a player, the mob drops its head, but only one mob head drops per explosion, so you have to be kind of selective about what it blows up. You can also get wither skeleton heads by killing wither skeletons because those drop naturally. This server has a data pack on it that I think it's called More Mob Heads, which you can find it. The Ender Dragon head on the boat, that's a good point. It is not something that drops a head, but you can find that naturally around the world in the end city ships. Yes, thank you for that point, Rat. Also, hello, Lesbian Froggy. Words? Yes. So there is a data pack that you can get via the Vanilla Tweaks website under data packs called More Mob Heads, which makes it so that as a random drop, like with wither skeleton heads, as a random drop, every mob will drop their head with, you know, I think slightly increased frequency from wither skeleton heads. Maybe it's the same frequency, except for the ones that already naturally drop their heads. So, like, you don't get zombie heads naturally, you have to get those via creeper explosions, but everything else, other than the ones who you get via charged creeper explosions, everything else will have a chance of dropping heads. So it is a data pack, is the answer to that question. I just needed to specify that some of it is obtainable via vanilla, some of it's not. That's a complicated one. Best of luck. Does it include player heads? I don't remember if the More Mob Heads includes player heads, but there is a data pack that will drop player heads, and I do believe that we have that on this server, but I'm not 100% sure. Now this is either going to go in the middle, which means it would only be able to carry 4 around, unless I also change that out as 1, or I put it on the sides, which is kind of a vibe. Mr. Bogo, thank you for the follow. I mean, like, in theory, you put it in when it's there, because when that's there, then everything else is, like, won over. Because I kind of want to put it on in, like, in that position, you know? When you can just put it down. But basically what I need to do is I need to get stairs, acacia stairs, figure out how that gear works, and then I can try and add stuff to it. Can I put things away? Not really. Cool. That's fine. Just call your friends. Hello, friends. Thank you for the follow, friends. Yes, how are you going? Good question, Rat. Okay, so it's going around like this, and I know it points up like this. Boonk. And then that, except it would probably go over. I don't care though, because it turns like that. And then, yeah, I mean, that will, by that point it'll thing. Which means that this one is going like that, which, to be fair, you can put things in. But I want to show that there are things in it, and we don't have... If we had armor statues, I'd be able to do this perfectly. Also, thank you. We hit followers enough that I have to add a space so that it looks, two spaces, so that it looks aesthetically pleasing. That is excellent. Oh, my sub goal should also have a space after the count. That's my bad. I should probably lower that count because it's a little high at the moment, but we were almost at 60 before it dropped back down, so I've been keeping my hopes up, I suppose. We don't have the armor statues data pack, do we? Pretty sure we don't, but I want gremlin grabby hands. Gremlin grabby hands. Dang. Because if we had armor statues, I would be able to put, like, you know, little tiny chests and stuff in here. Worth asking Cabo for it? Question mark. Question. Can you build on nether base? As in nether roof? Oh, goodbye, Jackie Samba! Rip counting. It's a meme for a reason. There's a meme that Apple can't count for clarification. Just checking in with people. Thank you for asking how I'm going, Rat. I am going well. I can talk about that more later. The question of can you build on nether base? Do you mean like the nether roof? Like the flat bedrock top on top of the nether? Because if so, like on top of the nether there is bedrock. If you break through the bedrock, it's all flat. And if you're in Java, you can build on top of that. If you're in bedrock, you can't. But if you don't mean that, then the answer might change. So if you could clarify, that would be incredible, friends. Because I don't want to give, I don't want to give like misleading information. Oh yay! Love you too, chat. Hello. This is another time for me to shout out Apple. Because I will consistently shout out Apple until Apple is more popular than me. Because Apple works so hard. Actually, no, even if Apple is more popular than me. Popular based on followers and such. Even then, I would still shout out Apple. Hello, people. Hi. Do I have a brain? We all know the answer to this. The answer is no, I do not have a brain. Let me make far too many stairs. I will inevitably use them. Oh, I remember what I was here for. I don't think that it is here now. I desire... Come on. Shroom lights. Shroom lights is what I desire. Dost thou have shroom light? Yes, it is in here. Yes, good. I will just shout at you out at the same time. Your neurons are linked. They are indeed. Sammy Higgins, thank you for the raid. How is your stream? Hello, welcome raiders. Hi, everybody. How you doing? My name is Shayolora. I am a non-binary neurodivergent Minecraft streamer, and I've been doing a lot of not single player. Brain. I don't have any brain cells. I've been doing a lot of survival building recently because I really like it. In this 1.18 SMP, I am building up a sort of steampunk area because I fell in love with this terrain and I wanted to try this style. So I'm way overthinking this little crowded airship dock base. Hello, we're just playing Stardew Valley tonight? Oh, that is excellent. I've heard that Stardew Valley has very good vibes, even if I have not ever played it. It looks amazing, thank you. I don't know how to get this bit here to show what I want it, like, I don't know how to get it to depict what I want it to depict. This bit needs to be a shroom light because I have dictated that all gears have shroom lights in the center. So that needs to be a shroom light. Woo. Yeah, I've heard that there are many good vibes from Stardew Valley. I'm gonna sleep again because Apple's been liking it when I sleep. Do I have words? Not really. Yeah, I have ADHD, so sometimes I'm head empty. Sometimes I jump around. I jump from project to project. Like, I can never settle on a project. There is no such thing as a singular project. So, like, as you can see, this bridge not finished yet. This, I don't know what the interiors are gonna look like yet. I'm not entirely sure how to make a gear that big, or several gears or something. So we're working out how to use this. Eventually there will be a massive airship here. This is mostly done, but I don't have anything upstairs, and maybe one day I will. These are just scaffolding things out. I have not, oh, that's aging more. I have not finished the hospital, but it is at least, like, it has a front face, you know? I have to terraform all of this. Haven't done that yet, don't want to. Eventually I'll build a thing there. So yeah, that's how that's going. I'm constantly jumping around the place. But you know, that means that I don't, spend multiple weeks on the exact same project that you have already seen multiple weeks running. You know, there is variety. It's about the variety, the chaos, the drama. I still am not entirely sure what to make the path here out of. Like, I have this as stone brick, which feels nice for the stairs. Said stairs might have to be adjusted because I want there to be a railway line here. Like, this might be a little steep. But then this is made of stone brick, so I can't exactly have the same path be made of stone brick. And I don't want to change this to to deep slate brick, because then that's a lot of deep slate brick that I've used. And also then I would go deep slate brick, deep slate cobble, and I like the contrast. And that looks okay, but if it comes any further down, it wouldn't. So, I gotta make decisions there. I'm kind of thinking polished andesite, but I'm not 100% sure. Plus, polished andesite doesn't really look steampunky. But I don't really know how to make steampunk paths. That's actually one of my constant struggles. Can I see? Yeah, I can see some of my paths. See this? I want paths and, like, bridges connecting everything, especially because, you know, a lot of things are up on hills like this, and I might need a walkway around or something that feels safe, and how do I make that steampunky? Anyway, so the theory behind this is that there's going to be like a pulley system to lift cargo from the floor to that platform there, to this platform here, and it's probably actually going to go over here instead of out from there. Like, there's a chance it could go out from there or something. And then when you're loading up barrels and stuff, you put them in this gear so that it, like, holds them in, like, a composter or a box or a chest and whirls them around to the top, where you can then put them on, like, the railway tracks so that you don't have to lift heavy things a lot. KB, thank you for the follow! Hello, Phantom Roses, how are you? Always fresh content here. Yes, Taco Person, you're absolutely right. Also, I do that with chat. Wait, I can, wait, let me change my chat settings so I can see when things are messages. When things are messages, when things are sent. Show me. Show me. No, I'm not gonna be able to see it. I'm like, chat appearance. Timestamp. Yes. Ha 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 ha. Yes. I finally have my chat looking how I like it to moderate my own chat. Lanternius, thank you for the follow. Redstone lamps feel very steampunk. Oh, that's a good idea. I kind of forgot that those existed. So yeah, I'm very open to suggestions here. because I am absolutely very much overthinking the everything. Like, someone please tell me how to make this seem more like a gear that you, instead of it powering something, it is for the sake of putting things in it and moving those things up. Because, I mean, the best I've got is like, and then putting like acacia trapdoors around that. I mean, I could also make it extra thick, like 3 thick, and put more stairs either side. But then do I do it every other one? Like, do I do it there and there and there? And if so, if it's here on the side and it's facing up, which makes sense, then how do you put things in it? Because I want it to be like, I swear they use things like this to like get like refuse out of mines, and it's weighted so that the opening always faces up, which if you're putting them in at the side doesn't really make sense, except it'd be like a trapezoid, so it'd go like square base and then triangular up, right? But so hi, welcome to my overthinking. I'm just gonna jump down here and take immense amounts of fall damage. Not really, I have feather falling. To look at this and see how I did it. Okay, so it's... Okay, so because this is the same size of gear, I just want to see how to do the interior, because on the smaller sizes it's just a trapdoor, but here it's not. So, stair. Upside down stair, stair on top of that, stair on top of that. And that's it. Good. Cool. So it's just building a zigzag out of stairs. That is doable. I can absolutely do that, and it ends up looking really cool. The last time I did this, I spent like 15 minutes utterly overthinking it. After we do this, I might take a brief farming break. I should probably also, you know, go and raid with the villagers. Also, it's like 4:27, which is only an hour and a half after I started streaming. I have not been here for long, but I was asked to help lift a thing. Give me a second while I still have a brain. I need to text my dad to say, I know I agreed to help lift a thing this afternoon. Please let me know when you want that to happen so I can stop doing things. AM or PM? PM. 4:28 now. 4:28 PM. Apple's being mean to you? Well, come hang out with me then, Defiance Angel. You deserve better than that. You're a mod, right? You're Apple's mod. Come hang out here. I need to message my dad. Hang on a second. I know that I agreed to help lift things this afternoon. Please let me know around what time you want that to happen. You want that to happen so that I can stop doing things. At this point, if left unchecked, yep, gonna say that. If left unchecked, I will stream forever. If left unchecked, yeah, I will stream forever. I'm gonna put ... forever and just send that to my dad, because I know that I don't want to put this down, and I know that I agreed to do things this afternoon, and that my very lovely housemates aren't going to knock on my door to say, hey, we want to do the thing. Okay, and here I have 2 squid heads. I said I would check earlier. 2 squid heads, a stray head, a piglin head, and 2 wandering trader heads. So piglin head is the only new thing here. What was I here to get? I wasn't. Cool. We're going over here then. Apologies for... Like, I got a raid 10 minutes ago and I just put stream down to message people. But in my defense, I know that I am losing track of the real world, and I agreed to do things. So, that felt important. Also, I'm gonna build the whole gear because I want this to be words? I want it to look like you can just go around, you know? Like, even though some of it is buried, it's all gonna be hollow on the inside. There's not gonna be dirt. It doesn't look like you can spin if there's dirt. I don't know about you guys, but I'm proud of myself for finding the words that I was looking for, even though I'm having a pretty relatively good head day. Like, I've mostly got a brain today. I have most of a brain. Except for him to not stream so long like he did the other night. Oh, you know, that's fair. That's fair. Apple did stream for like 8 hours and was fully prepared to go for longer, so... Okay. How is this? 1, 2... This should be upside down. Even if it doesn't, like, make sense. This one should be upside down. In the smaller ones it wouldn't have been, but in here, that's how it... reach. Like that. Right? And then here... Okay. That, it needs to rotate around because things, it's symmetrical, but it's rotationally symmetrical. Fun fact, I never know if the words I say make sense to people. Going to sleep soon. Good night. Good rest of your stream. Thank you, Defiance Angel. Sleep well. Okay, we're going here, and then this one. Hi, zombie. Yes, it does need, because I remember noting that there would be a weak diagonal, which is that weak diagonal. And then it makes this shape pretty cool. And this, and then this. Yes, good. Away like this. Like that. And then it goes and it points over. That does not point over. What do you need from me? Is it, it's like, oh, it's down, like that. Come on, like that. Points, points. So it's like it has 1, 2, and a little bit. 1, 2, and a little bit. 1, right? Yeah, 1, 2, and a little bit. 2, and a little bit. Yes, 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 yes. Good, 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 good. That bit can just go back here. Like it needs, we need to be able to look down and see it. Welcome to me overthinking the everything. And hey, I'm getting more adjusted to this playlist, which is probably a good thing. Because this playlist isn't gonna copyright claim me on YouTube when I upload the VODs, or if I edit anything down. Whereas my other playlist would absolutely copyright claim me without hesitation. Is it 3? It's 3! The rest is covered up, but I don't want this to be covered up, because then it looks like it would meet resistance when streaming, when spinning. It absolutely what I think I'm gonna put a like refining wall on the refining wall, retaining wall. It's gonna need like retaining walls of some kind and some form of some sort of access like that. so that it spins. Okay. So then, like, I mean, I guess it can't hurt for me to make... that is not the thing I wanted to put down. Let's just grab this crafting table instead of putting down another one. Like, it can't hurt for me to make acacia trapdoors. We're eventually going to use them. I mean, I'll probably even put, like, a windmill on a tower. This tower, for example, this could absolutely contain a windmill. That's a windmill. It's on a tower. There could be a windmill tower. So, like, theoretically, I'm talking about, I don't know if here would be better to have as a thing. Like, that looks bad. It looks bad. I'm kind of accepting that actually making this look functional is not something that I'm going to be able to do unless I get, like, the statues data pack. Data pack, either way. Then there's also, like, would put barrel there. If I put barrel there, I'm going to thing. It still doesn't look good, but then it at least looks semi-functional. But, like, it doesn't look functional, you know? It looks semi-Minecraft functional, but not, like, functional in the way fictionally functional. Fictionally functional is a good term, and I think I will keep using it. I then also did consider putting acacia trapdoors around the place. But if I do that, it's gonna... Like, I feel like that's going to make it look less gear-like and less spiky. Okay, so we won't do that. I have experimented with acacia trapdoors and with these things. I have found them lacking. They are going away now. However, I would like to continue working on those pulley systems. It is time to do a sleep so that Apple does not have to suffer. And I want to do the insides of this building. And oh my goodness, everything just takes so much time, guys. Also, I just realized that I'm stinky. Stuck in a hole. I fully believe in your ability to get out. Apple is stronger than me. Ability to get out. Okay, good. You know, as I'm typing. Okay, not stuck anymore. I don't think Apple understands the definition of stuck. How do I make a walkway across there? Should I label what the buildings are for? Also, is it a bad idea to fully just pump water from here all the way up there? Like, it kind of feels like a bad idea, but also, if this is a steampunk area, then there would be water. And if I'm pumping water, would I be doing it with, like, actual water filled with acacia trapdoors? Or would I... lightning rods. There we go, I found it. Would I lightning rods? Lightning rods are like for small pipes, that'd be big pipes. And also, it has the added benefit of I could make it a system to get items up. Like the water pump could be a system to get items up, whereas this system to supposedly get items up in, like, quotation marks is just form, no function. Form being the aesthetics, the way it looks and appears, function being what it does. please do tell me, chat, if I'm talking in terms you don't understand, because sometimes I use design or art or media terms just because it's how it works in my brain. I said I was going to take a farming break. Let's take a bit of a farming break. But yeah, how are you guys doing? You're no scientist, but it sounds like it makes sense. Cool, thank you. I just, you know, this is a steampunk style that I'm supposed to be building in. And I keep including this flaw here, right? Like the flaw in my steampunk build is that I'm using a lot of gears, which are very common with steampunk fashion, architecture, etc. Like steampunk builds are characterized by their gears. But I'm not using a lot of steam. And like it's not really steampunk if there's no steam. Plus, I made Apple get me a bunch of acacia earlier. And like, I feel like I'd just be rude if I didn't use the acacia. I'm partially joking, I will absolutely use the acacia. And by I made Apple get, Apple was hanging out here when I was streaming yesterday. And just watching me build. Hanging out in stream, but watching me build from their own perspective. And I said, like, are you just, like, are you happy watching, or would you like me to give you ways you can help? And I was like, yes, give me instructions. And I said, would you please get me, like, a stack or two of acacia wood? And they put many happy faces in the chat, and then somewhat unsurprisingly gave me like 6 stacks of acacia wood. More steam, less punk. Yeah, a little bit. Like I have a lot of steampunk, I suppose. No, I do want to have that in my offhand in case I need to re-hose something. Because it... See, my hoe isn't done. It doesn't have unbreaking or mending yet. A lot of people are like, Shay, why do you have a diamond hoe? And then I remind people what I do with diamond hoes and how many hours people have seen me make custom trees. And then they stop questioning why I have a diamond hoe. Usually it is a netherite hoe, but none of my tools are netherite yet. Because I've been too lazy to make my tools netherite. Not because I don't have the netherite, because Apple gave me netherite as a birthday gift, but, because I'm too lazy. But it is time to peacefully farm for a little bit. How have you guys been doing? I am very proud of myself. I usually find relaxing very hard. I put a lot of, like, emphasis in my life on doing work and being what I view as productive. And I'm very, actually, this one needs to stay because pumpkin. I'm very proud of myself for taking care of myself and actually taking breaks and stuff. It's not something I'm always good at, but I've been doing it and I'm very proud. Honeybee, thank you for the follow. How are you doing today? Let's put all of this as potato. Oh, I hear my step-parent. They've definitely come out of the meeting. Hello, Silent, Raycon, and Boat Goose. Hi, guys. I'm doing very well. I'm very proud of myself. I'm quite happy. I'm quite content. I was feeling very socially and emotionally fragile last week. Only some of which was because of hormonal things. And I talked with my family, talked with my father especially, and I was like, hey, so I've been feeling like this, and I think I identified why, because the thing that had, like, put me in a bad headspace, sort of, like the root of the mentality I was in, was from an interaction that my father and I had had. My father and I don't usually have issues, but we were both very stressed, so we didn't communicate as well as we could have. And we talked it out, and that was really good. And the difficult things I needed to do this week weren't as difficult as I thought they would be. And I get to play on this server on top of all of you, so I'm doing very well. Honey as an AOT, thank you for the follow. How are you doing? I don't know how to help you with the boredom, Gina. That was, how much time ago was that? Oh, like 2 minutes. Oh, I'm doing decent. You know, like I don't always read chat messages in linear order, and sometimes that makes things difficult. Now, carrots are difficult because we don't have anyone who cares about carrots. Also, should I make pillagers my villagers? Or should I make villagers my villagers and actually trade with them? Like, to be fair, the whole point of the hospital is to heal up zombie villagers. But, like, for the village aspects, for the places where it looks like there should be people, villagers? Villagers? Question marks? Hope you're feeling better. I am very much feeling better. Like, that was a last week problem, and I did good communication with my dad, and now I'm feeling really good. The last week problem, not a this week problem. I'm very proud of that. Like, I'm very pleased that I did the communication, and now I'm feeling better. And also I understand what was going on the other side of the social issue. Communication is so important. I don't really need Gilded on me. And again, I also don't really need Satin on me. Oh, okay. I'm gonna leave both of my pickaxes on me. Make the pillagers your villagers. Wait, if villagers don't have weapons, can they hurt villagers? If not, both. If they don't have weapons, they shouldn't be able to hurt villagers, but I will have to trap them in and such. It will be work, because I'll have to make them not have weaponry anymore. I think it'd be cool to have villagers, like, you know, behind counters and such. And because they're in plaid, like, it kind of looks like they'd be better aesthetically. And also, the part of me that watches way too much Gemini Tay, also known as not enough Gemini Tay, is, excuse me, brain, are we good? Are we in fact good? Yeah, the part of me that watches way too much Gemini Tay wants to do the villager thing, has it in their mind that villagers can just be your villagers. They can be your citizens. You love the world, thank you. This is a realm that I share with a few people. Let's sleep so that Apple doesn't have to deal with the night. My desk is biting into my arm because technically let's adjust my chair. I've adjusted my chair slightly so that it's better for my arms. Oh wow, that is better for my arms. And for my eyesight. Oh, has my chair been too low? Is that my issue? Like, my feet are absolutely not touching the floor now, but my arms, my neck, my head, better. Actually, it's worse because okay, yeah, my screen was too low already and then I heightened it, but it's fine, it's chill. Everything's fine. We're fine with this. Okay, so these rails, right? This is the question of, do I actually make it rails? Do I make it something else? I feel like I should do polished. How many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's make 7 polished. Probably have some already, but excuse me, can I not put these in here? Oh my goodness, you can't polish them once they're already stairs. Mad. Taco person, thank you for the follow and for hanging out for so long. Is that taco or taco? It's not something I've actually thought. You're gonna get some sleep because your eyes feel like sand. You'll definitely try to catch another stream. Good night. Good night. Sleep well. I'm glad that you have enjoyed your time here. And yes, please do sleep and please do take care of yourself. Yeah. Guys, I think I'm putting some the pipes on the side of this building. I think that's the plan here. Grabbing these. I really only need 4. But I think that's the plan. Do I want it here or here? I kind of want it up there. That feels less. Over here. Pick up her. Probably doesn't need to be thing. And then here. And then over here. That was the weird Minecraft song that ends with the sounds of a chicken dying. Do I want them? No. They want to... which... Yes. Put the thing there. Oh yeah. I will have to wax these. I probably want to wax all of this too. I'm starting to like the copper. Okay, there, and there. And then, which one am I gonna do it? I think that one. Always Sienna. This one will let me go up. And there. Does that look good? It might look a little weird. You can't really see it from down here. Can you see it from anywhere? Can you see it from the dock? If you can't see it from anywhere, then it's necessary. You can kind of see it from there. Always, Antiana. You know, I'd love to be able to make it a smaller thing that it connects to. But alas, it needs to be a full block. Okay. I'm gonna leave that for now. We'll think about it. See if it still looks good. Okay, I definitely have some more polished deep slate down here, so I'm gonna go down here and get some. I'm gonna try and land in the river. I'm gonna fail, and my feather falling's gonna take the brunt of the damage. Yay, feather falling. Also, does anyone have ideas about bridges or walkways or anything like that? I've said it before and I will say it again. How do I make it pretty decently good looking, but not? I don't want them to be visually, like, the center of attention. I don't want them to be drawing attention or anything. I have several polished things. Yes, I definitely need to pay attention to those. Rain, I'm looking for glass. Glass is up here. Okay, do I have gray? I do have gray. Good. Good. I don't have much spruce. I feel like spruce is what I want for that. I'm not 100% sure how the pillars are going to work. Also, I'm not going to wax those copper things until I'm sure that they look good. Like, you can't even see them from down here. That might be good, that might be bad. I want them to add like a little bit of detail to the outside so it looks less flat. I also feel like I need to add a something in there. Like one of these, but I don't know if I want it to be stairs. And also, if it is, I can't... Sorry, I don't know if I want it to be acacia, but I can't vertical stairs. Like, I can't have it so that it looks like an L here. Because it will always look flat on either the top or the bottom. Yang, I would very much like to be able to build with stairs so that I can look up at them and they look like stairs. Please and thank you. I know that we keep discussing this and you keep saying that you won't, but I really think that it would be beneficial to a lot of builders to be able to use vertical stairs and vertical slabs. It wouldn't change the game all too much. It wouldn't be that weird, I swear. Also, it wouldn't be that difficult to make a crafting recipe for them. I'd also like to talk about the concept of a wood cutter. Like, you made a stone cutter, and it's amazing. And it was never something that I'd considered, but then you made it, and it was amazing. And then it only works on stone things, and wood things are still really inefficient to craft. So I'd like to discuss the possibility, you know. Now, it'd be great if I could do, like, vertical slab, trapdoor, 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 vertical slab, trapdoor, trapdoor, but I can't. Or actually, it'd be vertical slab, trapdoor, trapdoor, vertical slab, trapdoor, trapdoor, vertical slab, so that it'd be even, but I can't. So instead, we're gonna have to use just trapdoors, or possibly different slabs or something, or full blocks, or something. I guess I could look at acacia stairs. I'll look at acacia stairs, even though it won't be as good as a vertical slab, it will be as good as I can get. Let's just roll through here because I can. Oh no, but see, because it's stairs and they link together, it's gonna be weird. And not like what I want it to be. To do. So then it looks like things are being taken across. I have not looked to see if I have spare railway tracks, but I might. That might be a thing. I always feel slightly guilty, like not very guilty, just ever so slightly. It's not really guilt, but there is an element of like sinking heart when I go to places that have been have been unfinished for so long. Oh, I took full damage there on stream, because it's like, yeah, people have seen this unfinished floor so many times. I am excited to be able to finally replace this glass. It got broken by like lag or the wrong pickaxe or something. I did not, however, bring more flowers with me, so we're not breeding up the bees right now. Also, I think an Enderman placed that there. Thank you for your contribution. It is very right. We do need a thing like that. That is a place where some dirt is going to eventually go. Okay. I'm feeling good about this. I'm checking my messages to see if my dad's messaging me back. My dad has not messaged me back, which is good, because that means that I don't have to put downstream. ha ha. All of the things. And then I'm just gonna bring some block of iron because I'm inevitably gonna need chains, you know. Barrel. How am I going to make a good pulley system, you may ask? That's a great question. I'm not sure yet. Like, you know how medieval drawbridges are animated, or possibly actually work, where it's like a chain wrapped around something that pivots? I could use a gear for that. I could also tighten on the gears on the side, as if it rotates chain or something. But I need to figure out where things actually go. I suggested that it be poking out of this and then just go whoop all the way down. But like, I don't think that's gonna happen because then there's the landing part way down there, and I feel like it's gonna be on that. Snowy, thank you for the raid. How's your stream? Hi, how are you? Wait, one second, please. My voice is getting tired. Oh, I was dehydrated. That would be why. Like I took a little bit of a drink, and then everything was better. Hi, how's your stream? Hello, chat. My name is Laura. I am a non-binary neurodivergent Minecraft streamer. I'm currently on a 1.18 SMP that I have with some friends. And I am building up this steampunk airship yard because I'm super inspired by the terrain here to do something steampunky. And I am, of course, overthinking how things work. Just absolutely overthinking it. Cool. I kind of want this over here. This circle is probably actually a pretty good size for like a landing pad. Maybe I should bring it over here. Except I don't want it to still be glass over there. Thank you for shouting out Snowy Shadow. Okay, we're not using polished deep slate here. Not yet at least. So I'm gonna make up some new deep slate. That was supposed to be in this. I'm gonna polish up some new deep slate, yeah. Because we're gonna use the slabs elsewhere. And also I really do need to like make this easier if that's going to be a walkway as well. Still not entirely sure about this. I want to be like, it's taking things across. There will be a track. But I kind of want to put like railways over it as well, so it's like a mix of being, no, my brain left me. A mix of being aesthetically functional, and also because I don't think it looks like enough of a railway track just yet. Nathan, thank you for the follow. How are you today? I hope that you're doing well. I am doing quite well. Oh, I just hit my, the thing that adjusts the chair, you know, the little lever? I hit it with my foot and then got very confused. Absolutely use some gray dye. And I think I'm gonna sleep again. Both because I don't want to deal with the daytime, and Apple probably doesn't want to. Wait, nighttime, not daytime. I don't want to deal with it. Apple probably doesn't want to deal with it. Let's go. Lisa B. Hi, how are you? I hope that you're doing well. No problem. Just put some polished deep slate in there. Set some glass here. Some of it is supported by the island. Most of it is not. And then I want to do this one too. Okay, this is like a 3x3 of glass. 3, yeah, that's 3x3. 3x3 of glass. So I kind of actually want the deep slate to go like there. And then the glass would go here. So 1, 2, 3, 5. Math. Yeah. And then that one. And then this is gray stained glass. And things that support it. Like we'll put some supporting structures there. Just gonna grab all the dropped things. There's the other dropped things. Good. Okay. So then these platforms are here. This one, I have to add supports to it somehow. It'll probably be supported against the thing, because there's not really any supports I can put down there. And I want it to bring things up. Which, the best way I can think of doing that is just with chains. And something to support the chains, which will probably end up being spruce logs? I want it to look vaguely functional. I love builds that look vaguely functional. Like, even though they don't actually... Like, they're not Minecraft functional, you know? But aesthetically, you look at them and your brain fills in what they should do. That's what I'm after here. That false functional. The feeling that it should work. The impulse when you look at it and you go, oh, that's what that does. And then you take another glance and you're like, but it's Minecraft and that actually isn't how it works. Like, you know, these support this, they're flagpoles or something. You could use them to adjust the tension of this, which is a cable or something, but no, that's not how it works. This is a gear, but it doesn't actually function as one. I want to put that pseudo-mechanical into this world because I'm trying to build steampunk, which is not something that I've ever done before. Okay, so I want a gap. And then I want... like here. Except it would be here. Right? Boom, 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 boom. And then, like, 3 taller than this. And then I guess I have to cut this tree down because it's gonna get in the way. Am I going to have to put a platform here too? Probably. For something that is not even going to be functional. I kind of love the thought that there's going to be a lot of platforms making it look like this is a way you could get items from the ground to up here. But of course you can't. It's just Minecraft. I'm not entirely sure how to make it look good at the top though. Like, I want it to loop around. But technically there's no way I can do that. I kind of want another block. I don't suppose that these would look as good as I want them to. I'm just gonna steal these for a second. I probably should have gone to the place that has iron ingots and iron nuggets to do some chains, but it's fine, I don't need them. Hello, Decora Dare, how are you? I hope that you're doing well today. Let's see if this works. Dun, dun, dun. Chain, 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 chain. Oh, that's too far up. ouch. Not ouch. Not actually painful. I want it to look like... Do I have do I have the words for that? So I want it to be like a chain that goes up, right? And then it like goes around there and goes down, and you can like pull and tighten it, and it cycles. So it'll be going up and then down and then up and then down and then up and then down. There should probably be a counterweight or something. Hello, Squidoink. How are you? The chiseled stone brick does not look right. But iron trapdoors wouldn't either. Like true British sailors. Putting these back in the wall. Am I gonna have to sketch how it works? Theoretically, for it to go up and down, there'd have to be like a counterbalance, right? I'm glad that you're doing good. I am also doing good. Yeah. I'm having a good time. I'm overthinking some builds, which is exactly what I set out to do today. Yeah. Overthinking some builds. Absolutely exactly what I set out to do. Not entirely sure how I'm going to get this functioning yet. I thought at first that it was going to be like, you know, like a crane. But then I thought something constantly going whoop, whoop, whoop. Like the things going constantly around, constantly pulled, powered by mechanics of some kind. So that it was just a constant thing. I thought that would be better, but now I'm not entirely sure how to get that aesthetically looking right. You seem cool. I'm glad that you think so. Thank you for the follow, Skodo. Okay. Oxidized copper, I need... Note that I would like a singular slab, which of course you can't get, but I will take 2. Let's go here. Excuse me. I require to jump. Why? Why are things so difficult? Fine. This is the first place that is not a slab. Let's go up onto the roof. Good enough. Slab. There we go. Now this roof is actually closed in. Still don't entirely know what I'm doing with this building here. Can I reach here? No, I cannot. But I can go across. Ha 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 ha. Yep, I thought I would fall. Sigh. Windmill? Yeah, I'm considering a windmill on this one. Because like in theory the windmills would face the sea, right? Although I guess over here there's the possibility for wind coming in from this way. You can't see the mountain that's blocking it, really. Of course it feels less likely down there. So maybe I put a windmill on this one as well? Maybe a one up there. You know, I think 5 is too many and 3 was too little, so how about 4? Like, does 4 look better? I think 4 is our winning number. Oh, no, not there. Okay. So figure that out. I need to add an accent color to this. And my accent colors are like blue and orange and brown. And I guess, like the copper green. The exposed copper. Whether exposed, yes. And this is, you know, far far more white than I ever expected to use. I also need to work out how to make the walkway between them seem reasonable. And I want to see if I have rails. And just really, I have too much going on here. Hello, baby, how you doing? Gonna put some gray stained glass out here. I'm gonna put a torch behind the chest. Let's put some more things in here. Chains, polished deep slate. This is looking great. Oh, I'm a little warm. Give me a second. I'm fanning my face. I don't know why it's so warm in my room. Should I go to the villagers? I should, but I don't want to do that on stream. How do I make gear mechanics vertically, horizontal gears? How do I do that? Because I can't use stairs. I want something that seems like an axis here. Going through, because there's a spinning thing on the other side, and then it needs stuff to keep it spinning. Except the stuff to keep it spinning is a lie. But I would love to be able to see it, you know? Probably need like lanterns on either side of that somehow, because in theory this is a place where like airships can tether themselves for repairs and stuff, and then little tiny flying drones or something will come out and get them. I need to figure out how the entrance to this bit works. I need to figure out this path. There's so much I need to figure out. Okay, what if I do like 14 polished? Does this look right? What if I make some of them slabs? Because some of them are gonna need to be slabs. You see, this chest is another reason that I didn't do that earlier. You're alright, how am I? That message isn't that old. Yay, I'm glad that you're alright. I am indeed still working on the Steampunk village area. It's coming along pretty well. You gotta go to sleep, it's 4 a.m. here. Do not be sorry. Please go to sleep, and please sleep well. Thank you for hanging out with me. Go take care of yourself. Your health is important. I kind of like that it's not even. Also, I'd like it to be a little more even. So perhaps this. I should probably pave that. Oh, effort. Okay. Yeah, just evening it out a little bit more so that it's not entirely on a diagonal like that. Oh, there's this and that. Even though this is absolutely gonna have to go down, I probably want to make that more sloped. Goodbye, Switter. Thank you for hanging out. I'm sorry for saying goodbye late. I mean, I said goodbye, but then I didn't say it again. I feel like I should have. Okay. Okay. So functionality-wise, it's gonna be like a pump coming through here into a boiler system. There's not actually enough room for that, but this is like boiler area. How do I make a boiler system is the next question. You're done? Heck yeah, Shadow. Is that done with drawing / painting this area? Or is that with something else? You are allowed to have more than just one project, and I don't know what you're working on. You managed to draw Jay's little area on the 7 p.m. one day. Oh my gosh. That's super exciting, like, for me to hear. I love that you've done my little area here. And wow, one day. Okay, let's sleep. And then I think I'm going to do the, I'm gonna try and make a pipe going up. I don't have that many acacia. Need there to be more acacia. Okay. So, you know, pipe. I want it to go like here-ish. I guess maybe less flat at the top. Maybe it'll be entirely around. Oh, it should probably be entirely around. But I'm gonna make a bunch of these. And I still do not know how I am working with this floor. This floor in here is a nightmare. I feel like this is not the direction that Wonk should go in. Maybe on the outside, but on the inside, it probably shouldn't. Also, like that's a nightmare. Should probably be slightly less wonky. Your bud doesn't pick the gallery. If you decide to add anything for any reason, it's just gonna go on subs. That's very, very fair. You need an idea to build. You're going for a medieval theme. You already built a shop and a gazebo, now you're stuck. For a medieval theme, I always like doing a tavern or an inn or something. In the tavern, you can have an area to cook, an area for people to sit, like a little stage. You can have like a little brewery around the back where they make their own drinks. Maybe even a little like outdoor seating area. I'd say that's my suggestion. You could also do like a guardhouse or a place where the guards train or something. Okay. Water bucket. A whole bunch of acacia. Like, seriously, I would like a bunch of acacia trapdoors. Like, this is not going to be enough acacia trapdoors that you are giving me. We're going to build far, far too many acacia trapdoors. And then we're going to hope that they look good, because we're not going to know. Cardova, thank you for the follow. How are you doing? Don't mind me, I'm building acacia trapdoors. Oh, I regret this, actually. I regret this. I'm flipping that down and then exactly here. Oh, ha ha ha. This is not where I wanted it to lead up to. We're placing that there. I wanted it to be over here. I don't want it to change midair. But I might have to have it change midair. Hi, Shadow. How are you in that little corner? Like, in theory, this is going to be a pump. And then it's going to go there. A pump up, and then... but... If it's a water pump, it'd go straight up, right? Don't mind me just about to go Google water pump. Kenia? Kenya? I don't know. Hello, how are you? Thank you for the follow. Tavern's already there. Training ground, yay. Okay, apparently we're aiming for about 6 p.m. for moving the thing. Give me a second. I'm looking up a water pump. I need to know if they would only make it go vertically. Images. Please. That is actually a really cool idea. The old, like, hand pumps, like, in the Studio Ghibli film, My Neighbor Totoro. Is there just, like, a Google, like, did they only go straight up? What is water pump explain? Electromechanical machine. Increase the pressure of the water to move it from one point to another. Water pumps. Only up? Question mark? I don't know if they only go up. I need to find out. Kenny up. You can say key. Okay. Not timeless. Thank you for the follow. Oh, it's sent. It's sent. Y'all, I do not know if a water pump can go across, but also I really, really, really want to see what Shadow's done, because Shadow's drawn this area. Yo, it looks so cool. I love it so much. Oh my goodness. You don't care that the colors are off of the TV shows. Looks good. Slight grayscale filter. Okay. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Wow, you did the gear really, really well, Shadow. Oh, I love it. I love it. Ah. Sean Max, thank you for the follow. Shadow, can you shout out the Discord, please? So anyone who wants to check out your lovely artwork can. Okay, so like, I'm just gonna make this go straight up. Hello, Sean Max, how are you? That was sent as a question. It's not showing up in chat though, so I don't know if that's because you don't have a number verified or something. But hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. You're way ahead of me, yay! Okay, so like, the theory behind this is there'll be a building at the bottom that will act as like a water pump. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to like have a pipe that goes all the way up. I kind of want there to be out and to the side and up, but that really does feel like it changes directions too much, because this is going to be very hard to put a building there because it's right where my farm is, please, actually. But like, send water up there. Yeah, I want it to go across. I just don't know if it would make sense for it to go across. So much thought needs to be put into that. That's just gonna be a placeholder for now, but I like the concept of things linking the different levels. Way too much thought also needs to go into this, like, system to get items up. If there are any engineers in chat, or any people with, like, a special interest in medieval machinery, please let me know. Because I am trying to make this very logical, but I don't have much teachings in the fictional engineering of steampunk. I guess that's part of the charm. The fact that it's fictional means that, like, there aren't really any rules. I also kind of want to know what a water boiler looks like, but it's just gonna give me like a metal tube. I'm looking up metal boiler anyway. Not metal boiler, water boiler. I'm looking it up anyway because I need to know what it looks like. Boiler. Just for the sake of... this is steampunk. There needs to be steam aspects. It's showing me kettles. That's all the internet's showing me. Okay, I finally got water heater. Modern boiler. Which is, yeah, just a tube of metal. Don't want it to be a tube of metal. that does not look aesthetically pleasing. Put your saplings going there to become fertilizer. And these can go in here. And now pumpkins have to go in here too, that's exciting. Cactus still in here? Oh, yeah, but only 4 more cactus until it has to go in there. Okay. What don't I need a lot of thought for? I mean, I gotta carve that out eventually. It looks weird from this angle. I do still need thought for that. I wouldn't need thought for trading with villagers. But I don't want to do that. Ooh, maybe decorating some of the inn. Let's look at that. Though these pumpkins are grown and I want to harvest these. Didn't I literally just harvest these pumpkins? Surely not, because all 3 of them are grown. Oh, whoops. Sorry, potato. I'm really happy with the work we got done today. Also, I need to check for rails. Rails. We need to check for rails. We need to check for rails. We need to check for rails. I sing a little song, and then maybe I won't have to remember that we need to check for rails. White bed. Put the bed down. Proud mother voice. Hey, the pumpkins grow up so fast. They grow up so fast. Okay. I don't have rails in here. Though I'm gonna grab the bone block. We're not gonna think about that right now. We're just gonna move along. Rails. We're not stopping at the mouth over here because we're getting rails, and I guess we're punching down the sugar cane, but we're not getting distracted by the sugar cane because we're looking for rails, and I might have rails in these chests. We're putting this in here, and then we're looking for rails. Oh my gosh, I have rails. Who would have known? Those are ladders, but they could still theoretically be useful. I'm gonna take the doors too, actually. I'm gonna take the signs. Yep, that's what we're doing. Okay, I'm proud of myself for getting the rails, honestly. Oh, whoa. I just tried to swat a fly and I knocked one of my drinks into the other one of my drinks. I can't place this on this. This is a tragedy. It's a tragedy. A travesty. Okay, well. No big deal, we already had these. Thank you for the hydrate. I should do that. Yes, that's a good idea, especially because it's warmer in my room than usual. Okay. So, like, I know that Whip uses a lot of acacia trapdoors to, like, sell the rails. And I kind of want to look at, I kind of want to look at acacia stairs as well, but also, you know, there's a lot of acacia as an accent color in that area already. It's a good idea. And Lily C Gamer, thank you for the follow. I hope that you're having a great day. We're putting this in here for now. We already had a bunch of iron up here, so it's not like we actually needed to do that. Also, I do need to figure out a good way to get up here. And I don't actually, like, this coming out of here doesn't make as much sense as it would coming out of there. But we're not questioning it, and we can always take it apart later. Okay, so if I thing, and put like acacia trapdoors in the middle. Would it be weird? The answer, yeah, it would be. But also, I'd be able to place rails on them. Powered rail that is unpowered to stop it. And a barrel as if we are transporting things. And also perhaps a ladder as if it goes all the way around, like a track or something. I don't like it with that. It blends in way too much with that. But also this would blend in way too much. It needs to be like a third unrelated color. And I don't think blue is the right color. It might need to be deep slate grit, because I think it needs to be a gray, but like a dark gray. Or maybe it should be a black, and it should be black stone. I don't know. I'm putting it down for now and not thinking about it. I'm going to move a large quantity of copper into a separate chest. Put it somewhere different. Oof. You know, I love building in this small scale. There we go. Wasn't quite triple clicking. Okay, I love building in this small scale. I want to figure out how to build on an even smaller scale. Like, theoretically, this is kind of the smallest that you can make buildings in Minecraft, which is my ideal style. That thing, that's too big. It's hard to motivate myself to build this thing because it's so big. Though I should probably do some more there. But, like, it's a little bit difficult, you know? Also, I should probably make this, this thing, dark oak. I should also put deep slate here. And you know what? Probably dark oak floors. And yeah, if this is going through here, then I need to finish the rest of it, and it doesn't make sense. But if it's coming out of here, it would, because this is the place where the power comes from, and then other things can siphon from the kinetic energy of the gears. Because steam power leads to the kinetic energy of the gears going around, well, gears going around because it's going that way, and then, oh, it has started to age. That's kind of exciting. I put this in the other day. I still don't know if I want it aging, but like I won't know until it starts aging and I decide whether or not I like it. Yeah, so like, probably want some dark floors. And I haven't fully figured out the functionality of it yet, but again, I guess I won't figure out the functionality until I start trying to make, like, trying to decorate the insides and figure out where things go. It's one of the reasons I'm struggling so much with there. I should make floors more. But you want like some contrast between your walls and your floors. You don't want it just the same material. And then floors lower. Yeah, like that's where the floors are. I know how to do this. Charlie, I'm glad you think it's really cool. Because of this one weird block. Should not be here. It's like, should we just make it deep slate floors? No, we shouldn't. Shouldn't make it deep slate floors. Because, like, the basement's probably gonna have deep slate floors. Thank you for the follow, Charlie. Speaking of the basement, don't know what I'm doing down there. If it's gonna be a cafe, then down there should be a kitchen. Oh, that is functional. then should this be deep slate? Do I have deep slate slab? I have 8 of them, yes. Cobbled deep slate slab. Does it look better? Yeah, sure, why not? It saves me from overthinking everything. Even though overthinking everything is in fact the vibe, and it is exactly what I've advertised because I knew that it would happen. I should also probably put like an actual chimney on this thing so it has actual smoke. I might come back and rework the shape of the chimney because it is kind of funky. And then let's get in here, and then up here. Good. Which, yep. Let's just put that down there, and that across here. And again, I probably shouldn't have the gear here. And this definitely shouldn't be cobbled. What if it's polished instead? Like, is polished better? More refined? It's a little bit different. I think it works. It'll do for now. Let's just put a torch there for no reason. And then some of these are going to have to... Oh. Okay. I have a bit of an idea of how this is going to work. Is this going to be this? Because of this, it's probably going to end up with like a dark oak front door. I'm gonna put this here anyway for a little bit. Cafe. What needs to be in like a cafe? Does this need to be a sit-down cafe? Because that's going to take up our space. There needs to be a little kitchen downstairs. And if there needs to be a little kitchen downstairs, how do people in a steampunk society cook? You know, what's my accent? It's very pretty, not trying to be creepy, just wondering. It's okay, you're not being creepy. I'm glad that you think it's pretty. In an answer to your question, it's autistic. As part of the autistic kind of mimicry, which is a learned survival tactic for living in a world where people think differently than me and I can be picked on for being an outsider. It's like biologically implemented in my brain to mimic the way people talk, and that includes accents. So it's a little bit of everything. I've been in Australia basically my whole life, but I've picked up some accent from America, mostly from TV and stuff. I have I've picked up, let's see, I had some Irish classmates for a few years, picked up their accent within a few weeks, just every now and then. It goes a bit Irish. I had a Canadian friend once. Ever since I started talking to a Canadian friend, I got asked if I was from Canada. So it's a little bit all over the place. Just that sort of chameleon accent. Didn't mean to offend me in any way. You did not offend me in any way. I get this question a lot, and I'm glad the "it's autistic" made you laugh, Shadow. Frankly, it makes me laugh too. I'm autistic. My favorite response when people compliment me is, "Thanks, it's the autism." Like, I love how passionate you are about this thing. Thanks, it's the autism. I think that's funny. It's very pretty. Anyone who bullies you is just plain dumb. Yeah. I don't think... I've been bullied for a lot of things in the past. I don't think my accent has ever actually been one of them. Like, when I say I've been bullied, I mean... my classmates started talking about how much they liked Minecraft. And I was so excited because for once, I could actually have a conversation with them about something. So I was like, oh my gosh, are you talking about Minecraft? I love Minecraft. And then everyone switched on a dime to say how much they hated Minecraft and how it was a game for children and such. And we were like, you know, in primary school. And then for the rest of my entire time at primary school, everyone hated Minecraft because it was the thing I like. And as you can probably tell, I did not let that make me stop liking Minecraft. But, I was a social outcast. It is a thing my brain does without me even thinking about it. And it's not bad, it's not a sore point or anything, we're absolutely fine. It's just, sometimes you gotta mimic. We all learn from the experiences around us, right? Oh my goodness! There are a few ways I could possibly say your name, but Sai, thank you for the raid! Thank you so much. Hello, welcome guys. How was your stream? I hope it went well. Hello, my name is Shayolora. I am a non-binary neurodivergent Minecraft streamer, currently talking about some of my experiences with autism and with bullies. And I am building this very chaotic and cramped steampunk airship dockyard in Minecraft survival. I'm on an SMP with some friends. That is a survival multiplayer server with some friends, and I was super inspired by this terrain. Let's go get like a wide angle shot of what I've built. I've been loving survival building recently, so I'm so excited. I've been developing my skills, and this has been a really interesting challenge of using a consistent style. That building really needs something to brighten it up. White windows and maybe some bright awning outside. But yeah, this is our area. We've got the clock face over here. The almighty clock face. I need to put some stuff behind the dirt. We're working on this area up here. You recommended me for the raid? Thank you, Squid Coder. Thank you for the bits, Crazy Savage. Hi, everyone. Looks insane. Thank you, Sai. This makes your prison cell house look so bad. Nah, you're doing great. I have been expanding my building skills recently, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm really, really proud of this house. This one I built from a sketch, and it took me so long to finish. Up here, I'm mostly just making stuff up. Like, as you can tell that this thing isn't finished. This building is frankly a mess. But I asked if it should have some wonk. And my chat was very enthusiastic that yes, it should be a very, very wonky building. Which made making a roof for it very difficult. But yeah, I like challenging myself when it comes to building. I'm also in the process of over here. Actually, let me show you two more things I really like. I'm really proud of these gears, and I'm really proud of this crane thing. And okay, let's be real, the windmill as well. But another thing I've been working on is like this hospital over here. This is way bigger than I usually build. I don't know what I'm doing. You're extremely creative, thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to develop my skills and come up with new ideas, sort of, push myself. So this whole steampunk thing is really interesting. It's an interesting challenge. It is the first time that I have ever tried to build with a strict like theme or style and a color palette. So I'm having a lot of fun with it, but it's also very strange. Don't escape bees. The bee tube was rather difficult. Shadow, our local enderman, has put a grass block on top of it. Thank you for the bits and the hugs. Wonky building pog. So badass love is stored in the wonk. Willy Wonka the building. I just want to check on chat just a little bit. Glad you didn't let that make you any less of an awesome person. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah. We were talking about some troubles that I had in school in school and such with like bullying and my autism. I should probably wax some roofs, but to be honest, that's not where my brain is right now. So I'm not going to. Okay. Excuse me. I'm just gonna grab a bunch of oxidized. I think I have oxidized copper up there. In theory, that should be oxidized copper. It would look good as oxidized copper. Okay, good to know. What's my favorite block in Minecraft? Oh, that's a difficult question. Oh no. My favorite block. I really like the texture of podzol. Like podzol at the top, very good. Is that my favorite block overall? Okay, that piece of sugarcane is gone. I'm gonna go with podzol for now. You love my voice. It's very soothing and whatnot. I'm glad you like it. Favorite block palette. Does this answer your question? I really like this one. It's quite possibly like my favorite palette I've ever worked with. Oh, I do also really like what I have for the Taylor's house in my single player survival, which is deep slate brick, black stone, dark oak, and warped block. No, not warped, just another warped block. What am I dropping off? Okay. I knew my inventory was full, but I couldn't figure out what I was putting away. Okay. Many raids, yes. Oh, more raids. Apple, thank you for the raid. And Retro Leandra, thank you for the raid. Hello, everybody. My name is Shayldora. I am a non-binary neurodivergent Minecraft streamer, and I have been really enjoying survival building recently. Apple, I'm glad that you didn't stream for too long. I've been concerned about you, considering you did an 8-hour stream earlier in the week. And how was your stream? How's both of your streams? Apple and Leon, how are your streams? Hello, chat. Zoe, hi, welcome back. Hello, Leon. What else have we got? The guy that figured out babies instinctually hold their breath underwater has a lot of questions to answer. I mean, yeah, probably, but like you need to give the baby a bath somehow. I don't know, a lot of parents are probably worried about that. A lot of raids? Yeah, a lot of raids. Thank you guys so much for all of the raids. I love that our local Enderman says that grass is the best block. What else have I missed? I'm glad you're loving the stream, Crazy Savage. Guys, I really appreciate that you have all rated me. I do need to warn you that I'm gonna need to go soonish. Like, I agreed to help my family lift stuff. Because we're like redoing the house. We're gonna be painting and like redoing the floors. So I need to move a lot of furniture. And I agreed to help my dad and my step-parent move something quite heavy this afternoon. And I asked my dad to text me when they would want me to stop streaming. And it was 6, but I just got a message that says move that to 6:30 so I can go for like another 40 minutes, guys. Thank you for the posture check, Mimikyu. Hi, how are you? I fixed my posture. Hello, Apple, I love you. How was your stream? I hope it went well. Were you working on your islands, Apple? Leon, you played FNAF, couldn't handle the scares anymore. That is very fair. I am sure that you did amazing. And I would like to welcome you here. Oh, you're working on the octopus. Awesome. Where are you building the octopus? Like I know you were looking for a place the other day. Oh, and a creeper grinder. Cool, cool, cool. Yes. Come, relax from your scares. What? Shoutouts are hard, even there's two at once. You're doing great. Ah, yes. Apple answered in chat, but I didn't see that. You go sleep. Okay, goodbye, Sai. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it so much, and I will do my best to, keep up the energy and continue enjoying stream and such. Even if I can only stream for like another half hour, 40 minutes, something like that. Thank you for the raid. Everyone go check out our lovely raiders. Had 3 cool people raid us in a very, very short time span. You're doing amazing. Why, thank you, Apple. Hey, Apple, I doubt that you have brain for, like, overly mechanical fictional engineering. If you do, I'm dramatically looking at you, but you can't hear what I'm saying at the same time I'm dramatically looking at you. But yeah, overly mechanical fictional engineering. I would love thoughts. Nodding? That's exciting. Haven't watched your streams in so long. I missed you too, Zoe. Hi. Body's become popcorn. Stretch before you help family with moving things. I will make sure to do that, mimic you. Okay, Apple, come with me and I will show you what I need. You have thoughts sometimes? That is excellent. Okay. Let's go to the top. We're gonna go up. And also, I'm glad that you're pretty good. You wish Twitch had a way to favorite streamers. I'd be on the list. Oh, thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, there is only the following, and sometimes there can be like 15 people live, and it's in alphabetical order. I mean, like, I guess subscribing is favoriting in a way, but it doesn't actually change, like, your layout. Okay, so over here, Apple, right? Over here, we have... So, like, this is a storage room, and it doesn't really have an entrance on this side, but this is a storage room, and then this overhang, it feels like it would be an area to bring things up from the farm instead of the things that come in on the airship. So, like, a way to bring things up. So I want these platforms overhanging to have, like, here I have chains running up. It feels like it's a cyclic thing of chains. Like, you know how escalators just loop? It'd be kind of like that, where the chains just go around and loop and they have, like, baskets and stuff on them. And they'd constantly bring things up. And then here, I can't tell if that's nodding or if it's, that's a lot. Thank you for the self-care pack. And also, I don't know if I thanked you for that follow, Crazy Savage, but thank you for the follow. Rain empty, Shane Apple, have fun. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the lurk, BBQ. You built so many things. Yes, I'm working hard on stuff like that. Okay, so yes, I want a way to bring things up. I initially thought it would be like a crane pulley system, but now I think it's more of the just pulleys. I don't know if I need counterbalances. I don't know how to make it look good, but that is one aspect of the puzzle. Keep that in mind. That's one aspect of the puzzle. And then we get to this landing, and we want to take it up here. So we have this giant gear, where the purpose of the gear is not to, like, make other gears go. It's to, like, put things in the little baskets. So, like, you put your items in here, and then it goes whoop up. Like, I think there are things that do this to get, like, stone and debris out of quarries and stuff. Like, it goes around, but the baskets are constantly facing up. And then, so you load them up down here, and then someone up here takes them from here, and then, yeah, with the buckets, exactly, with the buckets, and then someone takes them and puts it on this rail, and the rail goes across to, I really don't know where yet. Like honestly, it does not make sense that it's going up instead of just straight into the storeroom, but it would look cool. So this rail doesn't quite look right, and if you have ideas about what should happen with the rail, I would appreciate that. But for the most part, this? How do I make this look right? And also, if I have a water pump in the lake down there, would it have to go straight up, or could I make it do, like, straight up and then a left and then straight up? Those are my two thoughts. Anyone in chat as well. I'm trying to make this, like, steampunk technology, but I don't have a degree in engineering or anything. Okay, now that I'm finished my train of thought, I will do the stretching and stuff. Such a good builder. You couldn't even build those things in creative. Thank you. I've been practicing. Straight up left and then straight up works. You have an idea for the platforms. Ooh, that's exciting. Platforms, yes, please do tell idea for platform. Because I'm not entirely sure how to make it look like it goes around cyclically, like goes up and then comes down to be refilled or something. And part of my brain says it would need a counterweight. But, like, that was it. Excavator is what I'm describing for quarries. Is it? It's like, in my mind, excavator is like a vehicle with a scoop on the front that goes whoop, whoop. But it's not like the scoop I want. Like, yes, it's the scoop, but it's the buckets that take things up and down. It might well be. You might be right. I don't know. You can do the turns on a water pump. Thank you. That is important to know. I can do the turns and, like, I wouldn't even have to put, like, a pump or a thing or something. I guess I could put valves because it would look good. The part of the chain level with the platform. Put a wall and connect it to the platform with either a stair wall or something. Okay. So, like, wall, like a wall like this, or like a darker wall, like the either blackstone wall or probably deep slate tile wall would look pretty decent with chains. I think tile is probably the best. Like, those colors are pretty similar. Kind of like a Ferris wheel. Yeah, kind of like a Ferris wheel. Except instead of for people, it's for produce. But Ferris wheel is a very good way to describe it. Thank you, I was missing those words. You didn't sleep in and miss school. Promise you didn't. Okay. You suggest making this support thing 3x3 4-wood supports, a chain on opposite sides, and 1 or 2 platforms that are shown turning. Like a moment in time. Would this be easier in VC? You can keep typing. I could theoretically VC. I can be here for another, like, almost half hour. I could VC. That's a great idea. Like, instead of constant chains going around with buckets like this would be, like, making them kind of elevators. And then there could be gears on the side or something. Oh. 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 Oh, Apple, that's brilliant, and that works so well. Honestly, I think if you keep describing what you have in mind, I will lose what I have in mind. So, anyone who knows of them, look at, think of. Wait, did I hydrate? Wait, I'm hydrating. I know I stretched and posture checked. I have watered. Okay. You know, like the exercise things where it's like bars and they have little hooks and you're, lifting your own weight and then you move it up one so that you slowly climb. So things that have like those notches in them would be great for gears to slowly climb up and then slowly climb back down if they're rotated the other way. That's my theory. I don't know if it would work, but that'd be so cool. A bucket wheel excavator, yes. Water pumps go off air pressure, so it really doesn't matter how you twist and turn, as long as it isn't too crazy, because there will be a constant flow upward. Cool. You don't know how the engineering aspect would work, but you're fairly good at pumps and whatnot. Okay, nice. Is that okay? Just, he didn't just die. Oh. Well, this time Apple just kind of died. Yeah. Ish. Would you like to VC Apple, even if you're not helping me with this specifically? Is VC a vibe? Also, should this platform... I feel like this platform should be bigger than the elevator. Okay, I'm gonna go in the Discord. Apple's already in the VC, but you know, I wasn't. Hello, I exist. Question. Were you in the VC while you were streaming?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not look. Oh, it's dark.
That's okay. Oh,
Apple. Every single one of these is after you.
Yes, because I have not slept the entire time I've been streaming.
Apple. Gift. Unless you want the phantoms. But I
have too many.
You got me. I'm keeping the phantom head.
Yeah, you can keep it. I have too many.
I will take your phantom heads.
I have like 12.
They have glowing green eyes and mohawks. They are so cool.
They are. So I'm not entirely sure what you were talking about with the workout machine, but this wall here, it makes it look like the platform is actually connected to the chain and that the chain is moving it up.
Yes.
This wall the second wall I put down, that can be changed because it kind of looks a little bit flimsy unless you want to put two right next to each other.
I mean, I
suggest making this like two chains right next to each other. I suggest making this thing an uneven size though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I suggest making the wood structure an uneven size.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. I liked your idea of stairs. I think I'm gonna try for this one, try making what I had in mind.
Yeah, go ahead. And like have a diagonal platform.
What?
Like, did you understand what I meant? Like with that, like up here, have a platform that's going out kind of like, hold on. I did not bring any blocks with me.
I have a whole chest of blocks, actually several whole chests. Integrate the phantom heads into the Steampunk air fortress. Yes, I think I probably will. Like, look at these things. I'd like to put the phantom head on my head, please. Look,
I will bring you more.
It doesn't look incredible from here, but like glowing green eyes, a mohawk, and like it's got a little collar. One of these days, I am going to cosplay Minecraft Phantoms. Because freaking, like, I want a Phantom cape. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Have a platform that looks like that, or like even more diagonal, that's like extending out from the chain. So it shows that that they do go up and around and then back down and then under and around and then back up. You know what I mean?
A little bit, maybe. Probably not. But I have an idea.
Okay, so a little bit of a better example is, so this side that we're currently standing on is the top. This is the top of the platform.
Yes, this is the top.
Then it goes up, and then when it's at the top here, it is perpendicular with the ground. And then when it goes to the other side, the top side, the side we're standing on now, is on the bottom, and the bottom side that's currently here is on the top. So, like, you take this platform, and because the image is that this platform goes up all the way to the top of the chain, and then it to be reused.
Right.
It goes around the top of it and then back down to the bottom. So
I want this platform to stay where it is and things on this to move. So I think I'm going to make this an elevator shaft, which also solves the problem of these two not looking like they add up. My next main question is, like, do I bring it out 2 more over here and then 1 more this way? Because then it's really, like, not adding up. But if I do it 1 more over here, then it kind of looks like it, like, if I go over here, does that look like it's clashing too much with this? Like, does that look like there's going to be friction?
Yeah, that gets too close with the pier.
So this is going to go out, but then this is going to be uneven to it. Like, that's okay, because...
Actually, no, if you take this wood log pillar right here and you just move it 1 over.
But then if I move it 1 over, it's on the platform over there.
You can move that platform down. Actually, it would probably be better if that platform got moved forward from where we're looking. Like,
forward? Yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense. Okay. Music becomes angelic. You once cosplayed a ghost? Ooh. I feel like Blaze would be pretty cool too.
I cosplayed a zombie once.
Is this... Oh, that's cool. Is this how I get back into cosplay? Wait, guys, I want to say this on stream so that I'm, like, kind of held to it. I stopped cosplaying for, like, 2 years. I have cosplays, but, like, I haven't been able to motivate myself to do them because, Apple... Genuine question, how did you shoot me from that side when standing on the other side?
I was right behind you.
Yeah. It's okay. Okay, wait, words? Yeah, I've been working way too hard to cosplay, and then I haven't had, like, energy or motivation or anything. But when my room at my dad's house is renovated, I should be able to, like, I should be able to take better photos and videos and stuff in here. So I want to, I want to cosplay more when I have this room here done, and I'll move all my cosplay stuff over so it's at my dad's instead of at my mom's, because I costume with these people more, and it's been so annoying having all my costuming and stuff at the other place. But, like, I'm telling you this so you guys can keep me a little bit accountable. When my room here is done, I would like to cosplay more. Also, Apple, I offered you a bed and you did not take it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that one wasn't my fault.
I mean, to be fair, that one was my fault, but that's the way up. Oh, it's about to be daytime. Oh, well. Okay, what are we doing? Hello, Ace, how are you? Real life should have a better better character customizer, absolutely. But if we're all just constantly cosplaying ourselves as well as role-playing ourselves, I mean, that's pretty much what an identity is, and that's how I changed mine. Like, I didn't like the character I was playing, so I made a new one based off of characters that I did like. And also, I'm coming up here to collect the phantom membranes because I have been sleeping a lot.
You can keep it. Also, I have a gift.
You have gift? Oh, head. Cool head. Ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. Yes. Okay. I wanted to... Oh my gosh, okay. I'm doing far too many brain at once, and I only have, like, 10, 15 minutes left of stream.
Oh.
So... I'm just gonna slapdash some things down. One of the things I needed to do was figure out where there is, like, a counter or something. So I want kind of a round counter here. Like a counter that goes around so that there can be, like, shelves. Also, there is supposed to be a wall there. Great. You laugh. Why laugh? Am I funny, Apple?
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There should also probably be a way to get to the lower floor, but I'll worry about that later. Kind of want shelves here. like
Yes, shells.
pre-made food to be in the thing, and then I need to figure out if there is an entrance to this building here, or if you can only get to this building, which is going to be like records or something, via this one. Okay, so I just need to say that you're gonna play some Valorant, but you'll stay because I'm about to end stream. Thank you. Thank you for the posture check, Ace. I'm all over the place. How do you take life off of insane mode? My best advice is get a good support network and understand your needs so you can lower the difficulty for yourself. But I think that's decent advice. I need to okay. Apple.
Yes.
Ages ago I asked you for one jungle sapling. I planted the sapling. I grew the sapling. I cut down the tree and got the wood that I needed, and then no sapling dropped, so I'm out of jungle sapling.
Okay. I can do that.
I do not need you to get me one now. I just need to say to you, thank you for the sapling. I have run out of sapling, because otherwise I will absolutely forget to ask for one.
Okay.
I need...
I can get you one.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna make this out of jungle, and then I can't. But I'm not gonna make this out of the blocks it needs to be made out of. This over one is gonna be like, okay, 1, 2, 3. So it's gonna be like here. I just need to put this to see if it's gonna work, and these are placeholder blocks. Over at it. Anyone know how to take off? Sorry, I don't know how to just say no to diabetes. That's not something that I know how to turn off. I want to see if this works. It'd have to be wider than this if I'm gonna do gears, right?
You can put the gears on the sides.
No.
No?
So the whole idea is, you see these ridges? The gears would go into the ridges. Climb. So...
I was still thinking in pulley terms.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I changed the terminology. But like...
I mean, it is possible to still make this bigger to put...
Yeah, it's possible. We'll see. We're not gonna do a poll to start a squid cult. That's not a thing. Not a thing that's happening. What am I doing? That's what fly hacks are for. So yeah, like in theory, it would hook into that. But I can't actually depict it hooking in unless these are thicker. So I probably need to make these thicker and actually have them as like full blocks with spits. But like, that's what the idea is. I just want to sketch it as an idea, so that way I can, I can decide how I need to change it in the future.
Oh, well, Shay, you still have a couple of blocks out, towards your main house if you want to make it 2 blocks wider.
Yes, I do. Mean, but I don't have the time to do that right now to see if it would work. So I'm basically leaving a note to myself like, hey, this is the thought.
Okay, gotcha.
Trying to make like a bike chain type thing. I don't know enough about bike chains to know if that's accurate, but I want to say yes. like, yeah, the theory is that it knocks in and then goes up. And then there's something that mechanizes that, which makes sense. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. And I want everything here to look functional. That's exactly how bike chains work. Okay, thank you. See, this is what my chat is for. They're to tell me how bike chains work. Okay, so then the other thought, Apple, while I have you here, I've been thinking of functionalities for the buildings, right? So this entire thing is like a storage room, right? It is right off of the docks. It is right off of this pulley system. It's for a bunch of chests and stuff. This is like the warehouse storage area, right? Okay, cool. So then this building here is for mechanical stuff. It is going to have the boilers in it to make the steam. Don't be fooled by the fact that this gear seems to be coming out of this building. It's actually going to come out of this building when I move it, so it's where it should be. And this is going to be where like the water from the lake comes up to, and then it's going to boil up here, and then this section is
you can make an actual tube filled with water using trapdoors.
Yes, I'm going to tube filled with water and like a campfire underneath. Okay, and then together with all of us with half brain cells combined to make one full brain cell. Yes, exactly. That's what you guys are here for, chat. I don't have a full brain cell, so I need to steal yours. Also, I hate tomatoes. Thank you for the follow. Okay, in here. So this section, boiler room, power, etc. This section, like mechanics. Because this is an airship dock, so it makes sense that they need repairs.
Yes.
So this bit has like a little thing across to, like tether an airship to. And then behind it is probably going to have a tiny little bit of a port that has their own little smaller hover machine so that they can go around and do external repairs. Up here. Aesthetical bun, hello, hi. Okay, so this one, which I need to figure out how to actually like stare to properly, this is going to be like a cafe because the people who work here and the people who come on the ships and stuff are going to need food and something to eat on like lunch breaks and such. And then if we're going with the possible tourism aspect, like people might come in. The ships might carry people as cargo as well as like cargo as cargo. Then it makes sense to have like an administration, a place to check in, a place to maybe bank, check your passport, whatever. I don't know. Do passports exist in this fictional world I'm creating? So if this feels like possibly the best place for like, a dock master to go, someone who oversees what's going on here, maybe checks in. Hello, Just Prestige. It's good to see you again. I don't have much time. I need to like thought, and then I have to stop streaming because I'm supposed to help carry something in 7 minutes. Unless my dad's texted me again, like, oh, never mind, move that time up. So like Dockmaster, Record House, something. No, it's still moved that to 6:30. Okay. So a place for you to check in for things to be, and then up there. This also feels like a lighthouse. Like I'm gonna make a lighthouse up there, because even though this is not on the sea, it still makes sense to have a lighthouse.
Wouldn't it make more sense to have a lighthouse all the way up there?
All the way up where?
Up at the top.
Not if the port is right here, right?
But lighthouses are made for warning people away from where they're not supposed to be, like rocky shores where ships are bound to crash.
True.
Stuff like that.
True. Okay, I'll think about that. It might not be a lighthouse.
If you're flying in the dark, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe fly a little lower.
There will be lights and stuff up there, but you're right. So maybe not a lighthouse, but like it definitely goes out there because I like the dimension. Has something else.
It could be a sound system, though. You could put a speaker in there.
That's a thought. Okay, and then across there, I like the thought of a walkway. Yes, speed running building plans, that's what we're doing. I'm running out of time.
Yes.
I will talk to chat soon, but I can't put down my thought because I have ADHD, and if I put it down, it won't exist anymore. So I kind of like the idea of a walkway between these two, especially because this building really has no good way to enter it. So then, like, what's in here? Is this... If there's no really good way to enter it, it kind of feels like an office building or something. Like this is where old records would be kept. Maybe a little bit of a library vibe, maybe a little bit of a bank vibe. Yeah? Yeah, cool. And should it adjoin to the cafe, like, if this were a residential area, I would absolutely have a library adjoining a cafe, but if this is for, like, records and the hard-to-get-to stuff that you have to go through there to get, it probably shouldn't directly adjoin the cafe.
Well, what if you make this right here a place where... Because, like, there's a million registration buildings. So this, instead of this being a cafe, this can be for, like, turning in your ship records. And then they go immediately from in here to in there, and then the cafe is inside the cliff.
That does make sense. But also, this building looks really inviting. So yes, it could be like an information center.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks very inviting. Okay, I will think on this. I have to figure out what chat is saying and say goodbye to everyone. Can I say goodbye to you now? Because I will absolutely get distracted by you. I love you very much.
Yes, I love you very much. Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, chat. Bye. Bye.
Been good being in VC with you. Bye.
I had lots of fun. Bye.
Yay. I knew I was going to get distracted. Like, as soon as there was VC with Apple, I knew I was going to get distracted, but that's okay. I don't have much time. Hi, guys. Thank you for the ooh. Okay, checking chat. Okay. That is absolutely how the things work. You try the create mod. I don't like the create mod because blocks should not face diagonally or move. Actually, my biggest problem with the create mod is that things no clip. Like, it sounds kind of cool, but it just really messes with my brain when things move at angles they shouldn't in Minecraft. And a half brain says that's only when we're very lucky. Yes, this is true. And also, Aesthetical Bun, hello, welcome. I did not have the brain to be able to talk to Apple and describe what I'm doing, and if there's a fly in my straw, that's unfortunate, and everything, and talk to chat. I have to stop streaming really soon, so I'm catching up really quickly. Prestige, once again, hello, welcome. You swear it was 2:30 like 30 minutes ago? That's a mood shadow. Time lost meaning, yup. Imagining my dad's watching the stream. My dad might be, but probably not. Do-do-do-do. Honor of cursed audio reference, you bring me. Ooh. Okay. Put up with chat. Goodbye, guys. Preferably don't start bowling your eyes out, especially if it's because of what someone else said. Well, good day and get some rest. I will try to do so just as soon as I move this very heavy thing. Goodbye in advance. Lovely stream as always. Thank you. Okay, I'm pretty pleased with what we got done here, even if it wasn't as much as I wanted to. I got some good ideas in place. I gotta go. I know I gotta go, but I'm gonna see if I can send you guys off to somebody. But if nobody's live, I'm not gonna ding. Like, I'm not gonna question it if no one's live. Some people are live. I'm just gonna send you off to... Let's go to Ruby. Yeah, I'm gonna send you off to someone we've rated before, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna have to run. But thank you so much for hanging out. Ooh, another phantom head. Thank you so much for hanging out. I don't fully know if I will stream tomorrow, but I will stream on Wednesday, starting at like 10 a.m. AWST. The best place to find where I stream next, or anything, is my Discord. I will keep you posted there. And also, I have a YouTube if you want to watch more content of mine when I'm not streaming. Okay, that's the things. I'm getting freaking tired from talking so much, but I've had so much fun, and I'm really, really happy with this area. It is crowded and chaotic, but honestly, that is just how I like it. So thank you so much for hanging out. You just up to my YouTube. Thank you. Okay. Whoa! I just knocked my chair down and really startled myself. Thank you for the hearts, Apple. Okay. I gotta send you guys off. Goodbye. Thank you so much. I'm running late, but it's fine. Goodbye, guys. Bye. Okay, you guys go after Ruby. Goodbye. I love you. Click the praise.